Yo,
Hello.
yo, Grae, my audio's okay, right? It doesn't sound like shit. It's okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All good.
All right. Sorry. I was like literally trying to like rush, trying to get like my new PC set up. So like I have like a 3090 now. So it's just like
Nice.
I need to make sure that like things are working and hopefully it doesn't like screw up again.
I tried searching up the 3090. It's like I couldn't find it here in the Philippines for some reason.
It's expensive.
Yeah, I'm imagining because you said it's 24 VRAM. That's gonna cost a lot.
Yeah, 24 gigs VRAM, and it's not even a TI version too. So if it's a TI, it's like it's gonna be super expensive. So I was able to get that.
I think the 4070 Super. I think I'm good with that. I think I can max out Stellar Blade with that already.
That's the most important, man. That's the most important. All right, how's it going, chat? We are back, and we do have a guest today. And yes, she's been back on before. So the thing, okay, one reason why, and the thing is, I'll bring Steph on right now. I'll bring Steph on right now. Hi, Steph. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing good. Look, I brought my cup of noodles. Yeah, I made a cup of noodles to eat.
Oh, I feel so, like honored. It's like you're representing us.
Oh man, I need to bring the kimchi in here. I didn't bring my kimchi. I left it in the kitchen.
Yes, you should definitely bring in the kimchi. But the reason why, one major reason why, like I'm starting to get like a lot of audio issues and video issues with my old rig, and Steph knows is because when we were playing Mario Kart, the last 30 minutes my audio just died. So I was screaming and yelling for no one heard me.
No one could hear it.
You're just like, I thought he's just being polite, It's just the politeness, the Asian politeness.
I was like yelling at like beer. I was yelling at you because like many times when you ran me over with like a bullet.
Oh, you're like, why isn't she responding back?
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody knew until like the very end when we were doing our outros. They're like, Phil, you're muted.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, oh no.
Dang.
So yeah, like but anyway, so thank you so much for coming on, Steph. We're gonna be talking about Snow White, of course, and probably the Justin Baldoni stuff. You're gonna have to fill us in, just because I have no idea what's happening. All I know that there's a fight going on. That's about
it's pretty nutty. It's pretty nutty.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a lot. But a lot of people are like, oh, it's just drama. But this is, a woman who is
it's kind of power tripping.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So but for thank you everyone for coming on. So Steph, for people who don't know who you are, I'm pretty sure everyone already does, but for people who don't know who you are you and what do you do?
Well, my name is Stephanie, aka Minority Home. I have my own YouTube channel where I've started uploading pretty consistently since I think like December. Before I would just upload sporadic videos and stream, but I upload basically anything I'm interested in when it comes to entertainment and celebrity news. And I also build Legos. I stream practically all day on Sunday with I build Legos, and then I have a gaming stream with Disparu, and I do Talk Nerdy in the evening with Mara. We've been doing that stream for like years. I feel like maybe 4 years, maybe. But yeah, that's a lot of streams have come and gone, but that one has pretty much stayed consistent throughout my YouTube journey. Awesome. And I also post some reels over on Instagram. Instagram's where I have my fun. It's where I joke around, but I post reels on Instagram and post some spicy takes on Twitter. So
yeah, that's very cool. Now, when is the Cullen House Lego set coming out?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I asked. It's gonna sound so pathetic. Honestly, this is gonna sound so pathetic because like I'll use my money to like buy like Lego sets, but I can't justify the Lego Cullen House. Like I want to buy it, but it's $200. Okay. And mind you, I've spent way more on Legos than that. But this one I'm just like, okay, like this is overboard when it comes to Lego, but I really want it. So I asked my mom to get it for me. That's why I said it's gonna sound so pathetic. But like I asked my mom to get it for me and she's like, "Oh yeah, sure." So she's gonna order it. And when I build it, I really want to build it at Gary's house. So
Oh my god. So okay. When we were at Texas during the meetup, was Edward Cullen already there?
Oh no.
Okay, it wasn't there. Okay.
No.
Imagine him being there for like a year and he hasn't noticed.
No. Oh my gosh. So the sticker was the very first thing. And I can't remember where he was. I was house sitting for Gary. I can't remember where he went, but I was house sitting. The sticker was there for a while before he even found it. Edward and Jacob in his room, I think they were only there for like maybe 2 or 3 weeks before he found. I'm actually surprised that he found them so quick because I thought I hid them pretty well.
Yeah,
they're
chat.
Still there. I'm pretty sure they're still there. I don't have them back.
Like here's the thing, chat. If you got it, like on camera, Gary's room looks big.
Yeah,
it's tiny. You go in there, it's literally his room, his setup. It's in the middle. And you have to walk around the entire room in order to it's like everything around the room.
Bedroom, pretty much, but it's filled with. Oh man, it's filled with so many collectibles. I mean, that's just that room is filled with so much stuff. Like you can't go to that room and not find something new that you didn't see before.
Yeah, there's so much. It's wild.
I know. I'm so surprised that he found those Barbie, because they're Barbies. They're Barbie dolls. That's what they are. Because when Twilight came out, they came out with Barbie versions of them. So now I actually have like smaller ones.
Oh no.
I have smaller. But here's the thing though, like my Barbies, I have them all in boxes. Everything is in boxes. It's in packaging. I never opened those things up. So this is the first time that I actually took them out of their boxes. And I took them out of their boxes to troll Gary. So now, like, I want to do it again because I have smaller versions of the Eclipse Twilight dolls, but they're smaller. They're action figures, and it's taking me a while to like want to actually take those out of their boxes because like I don't want to open them. I opened these because I can put them back in whenever I get them back. But these I would actually have to like cut them open, and I'm just like, I don't want to cut them open, but
I see.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I saw that video, I was like, it has to be Steph. This is nobody else.
Well, because Sarah and X-Ray were there, and so I was like, I have my dolls. Like, I found them because for a while I couldn't. When I moved back from Orlando, all of my stuff was in storage. There was like all in bins, and I couldn't find all of my Twilight stuff. Like, it was gone. It was lost. I couldn't find it. It's like that, and I had two bins, like one full of books and the other one full of like some of my Twilight stuff, and I couldn't find those two bins. I still can't find them, or I still can't find the book one, but I found the Twilight bin. So all of my stuff is in there, and I told X-Ray and Kara, I was like, I found my Twilight bin. Like, you can bring some dolls over. So yeah.
Oh man. But yo, Hollow Ninja with the 2. Thank you, man. I love me a nerdy woman who's into anime and games. Yeah. Now here's the thing. Speaking of anime and nerdy stuff, are you excited for the anime Midnight Sun thing they're doing with Netflix?
What is that? Oh, is that the Twilight one?
Yeah.
Okay.
There is one. There's
an
anime.
It's announced like a while back.
Yeah. I don't mind it. I think that one is isn't it from like Edward's point of view or something like that?
Yeah. It's did you read Midnight Sun?
Yeah, so I've read it. I've read the Stephanie Meyer books from Edward's point of view. They're pretty interesting. I wouldn't mind, seeing his point of view, getting something from his point of view, because the movies are they're going back and watching them. They're a trial to get through. But it's having like this like resurgence of Twilight because I'm seeing it more and more on TikTok and Instagram. like there's this whole like people finding Twilight for the first time and getting their first reactions to watching the movies or getting their first reactions to reading the books, and they're not very good. I will 100% admit it. They're not very good. It's 100% like this. It came around the time of like these what's the it's not fantasy, I guess would be fantasy for women, right? Because there's all of these vampire stories, but they're incredibly manly, so this is like vampire fantasy for women, and they're not good. I don't think that Stephanie Meyer is a great writer or anything like that. I honestly read these as trash novels, because my best friend actually got me into them. I was very hesitant to get into it because it looked like trash, and it's trash. It is 100% women trash. I don't even like romantic movies or sitting through them. So like I was like, I'm not watching this. But my best friend was so into it. And I blame her for this like obsession that I have as an adult. She laughs too. Like I'll send her all of these pictures of stuff that I buy. But it's I honestly get it, because I honestly buy all this stuff because I remember like having so much fun with my best friend during all of this, you know. So that's pretty much why I have such nostalgia for it, because it's just fun times with my best friend that I had. Because I would like make fun of her, and she would drag me like with our moms to like the opening of things. And so I was just like, oh my gosh, this is so boring. But I loved her so much, and we're still friends to this day. So that's why I have such nostalgia for it. It's just because of her. But yeah, she got me into it. She didn't get me into it. She forced me into the world of Twilight. Because she made me go and watch New Moon with her. Like I didn't want to read any of the Twilight books. I didn't want to go see the original Twilight movie. But she wanted me to go see New Moon with her. And so after New Moon came out and I went and watched it with her, I wanted to know what happened next, because it ends on a cliffhanger, and she wouldn't tell me what happened next. So she told me to read the book. So she gave me her novels to read. So I read Eclipse, and then I read Breaking Dawn. And then I went back and read the first Twilight book and then New Moon, because I wanted to see how they compared to the movies. There's so much more in the books than there is in the movies, but you know, they're both it's both garbage, but whatever.
Grae, did you watch Twilight?
The very first one, I remember we were in high school. Me and my classmates were laughing so hard on the first movie. Then I didn't watch anything or read anything after that. But
it took me so long.
Phil, who's the showrunner? It will depend, because like Netflix is a hit or miss when it comes to their anime. Yeah. So who's the showrunner for? Yeah, it's good.
Like all I know, it was announced that they're gonna do it like sort of like a manhwa, sort of like you know,
because like the Devil May Cry wants to looking like to be shit when it, because I've seen the trailers. They did a lot of weird stuff. They made Dante really cringy and campy. Not like the one in the video games. So Netflix is a hit or miss depending on who's running the show.
Oh yeah.
Like I remember the first time like I got into Twilight, and the thing is that like for me it's sort of my fault. Like I was with my ex, and then like everyone was talking about Twilight, and it's like, oh, you got to bring your girlfriend to go watch Twilight. I'm like, what's Twilight? It's like, it's based off of a book. And then like during this time I was working at Disneyland, and then my coworker was reading it, and I was like, what is that? It's like, oh, it's about vampires. Like, do they kill each other? It's like more like a romance novel. I was like, oh, probably gay then, right? And then me and my friend, we went to the El Capitan. I believe we went there to go watch Wally, and they were like broadcasting it all over. And then we're like, okay, sure, you know, I'll bring her. And then she watched the movie, and then I'm like, this is stupid, right? Especially the part where like she goes into the classroom for the first time and sees him, and he's immediately like,
oh yeah, he looks like he's gonna puke.
Yeah. I was like, what is this? What's going on, right? And then I got her the entire book, like all 4 of the books, right? And during this time I was working at Activision. I was doing night shifts, so I don't get off until like 2 or 3. And every time like I would get off, I would call her and it's like, hey, I'm off work, you know, I'll see you tomorrow. And then she's usually like, hello, yeah, okay, bye, right? And then one night she's like, yeah. I was like, what are you doing awake? She's like, I can't stop reading Twilight. It's so good. I'm like, oh no. Oh man. But yeah, for me, I enjoy it for the memes, and it's like it's not like a fantastic movie. I know it's trash, but like I like it. like I remember watching, I think this is everyone too. I was watching Breaking Dawn Part 2. And the part where they killed Carlisle, I turned to her and like everyone in the audience like and then the whole fight, and I looked at her, I was like, does this happen? And she's like, no. So was that your reaction as well?
Yeah, it was, because like that was different. That was totally different. So I was like, no freaking way that just happened. What is going on? Everybody in the theater was freaking out when everybody just started dying. Yeah. Everyone was freaking out when everyone started dying. I was just like, okay, there's no way. Like they killed what's his name? They killed Carlisle. And when they killed Jasper, I just about lost it. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like yeah, everyone was freaking out. And so I was just like sitting there stunned watching it. And then
does that deviate from the books?
Were like, people were cheering
Yes.
when
okay.
when the Volturi started dying. People were crying when Seth died and Leia, when Seth and Leia died, like people were crying when they died. And then like when it goes back to Alice, right? And Arrow, like there was this, what the fuck? Everybody started getting mad. It was so funny. But then they were like mad and relieved at the same time when at the end. So and a lot of people were confused. I don't think people understood right away what had happened, because there were so many people that were confused. Like, you know, did that just happen or did it not happen? Is that people were really confused at the end. But like going back to the original Twilight movie, it took me 3 or 4 tries, I can't remember, to actually like sit through the movie. Yeah, because I watched it like after I watched it after I had read like the books, and then like I saw New Moon, and so I went back and watched Twilight, and it took me like 3 or 4 tries to get through it, because like when she enters the high school, like, and she goes to like the volleyball section. Part of it, like she's in gym class and they're like,
she gets hit on the head, right, or something?
Like really tan. I was like, okay, I can't watch this right now.
Oh, and yeah, this is like first, and like for me, I always thought Anna Kendrick was like really cute. So then it's just like, this is like, she's so cringe in this movie. But that's like her first thing though. But like going to see her like because after that, the next thing I saw her in was in Pitch Perfect, right? And then I'm like, oh, she's way better here. And then this is the first one, like, yeah, she's just super awkward. I just didn't like her.
It took me so long to get through it. I kept turning it off because I was like, this is garbage. Like, this is trash. How is this popular? I don't get it. Yeah, I had to turn it off. So I don't know. I finally like put it on and watched it all the way through.
We should do a watch party with Chad. Well, not Chad, with Shad. Shad, doesn't he actually like the? What does he actually like the movies?
Who?
Shad.
Yeah.
He does?
Yeah.
There was a whole thing where he said that how the Cullen family would kill Blade.
Yeah, well, because of their power and everything, like how strong they are, their strength, and they also have all of these individual vampires. Some of them have like different powers, and all their power system, like it's all consistent. And he's all about being consistent, you know, with your power and, you know, magic systems and all of that stuff. He's all about being consistent. And the Cullens can walk around like during the daytime, and he'll match them against like all of these different vampires, and he's just like, they're strong, they're incredibly strong. So yeah. Yeah, 100% is just like, sorry, but yeah, they can totally take out Blade.
Yeah, and they stick together. Like, imagine if like you're fighting against Alice, even just Alice, like she can see the future. It's like you can't take her on. It's like she's insanely strong. Same thing with like Edward. Like he can read minds, so he'll know exactly what he's doing before he even does it. So
yeah, they yeah, and I think in the book it's actually, they actually talk about that. I think in Eclipse, in the book, because Bella is very close with Alice, and she's really scared because she looks at Alice and she sees like this frail, you know, gentle girl. And Edward is like, don't worry about Alice. She can take care of herself. And so like when they're training, she's like, just watch, you'll see. And so because Alice can because Alice can predict the future, she can predict your moves and everything. So you can't even touch her because of that.
Yo, Hollow Ninja with a 5. Thank you, man. Thank you, dude. Stellar Blade mods are going to be wild. Can't wait to try it out, even though I beat it 3 times and platinumed it on PS5. I want Stellar Blade 2 already, bro. Yeah, they are working on that. So that's gonna be that's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. The fact that they added in photo mode, that was already wild. A lot of good stuff coming out of that. But yo, thank you so much for the 5. Thank you. And Psychotic Mongoose with the 8 months. Thank you, man. Thank you so much for the 8 months, dude. And Jesus Davila, thank you so much for the gifted. Thank you so much for that. All right, let's go and talk about Snow White.
Ooh, yay!
I just watched. I just came out of the theater earlier today, so I went early around 10 o'clock to watch it. Yeah. It's awful. So we're gonna talk about it, chat. There it is. I'm pretty sure you don't care.
That's also what I said in my video.
Yeah. I actually just finished filming my review because I took like a day to process it, and I went to go see it with my mom. And I talked to her a little bit about it after we got out of the movie theater, and then I called her on the phone and I talked to her today about it. My review when I was finished filming is 2 hours long, so I have to condense that down. I had so much to say about this fucking movie.
Yeah.
It'll probably be about 45 minutes once I condense everything down. But yeah, I filmed for 2 hours, so I have to cut it down. But it's sectioned off. So
I haven't seen the original in such a long time, so I don't really have like a frame of reference. The only thing I did go back and rewatch because I wanted to see how the witch, not the witch, but the evil queen died again, right? I was like, oh, she dies completely different. So different, right?
Very different.
So let's go ahead and start with Steph. What do you think of the movie?
I didn't like it. I mean, like, I didn't like it at all. My mom did actually, though. She enjoyed it. There weren't a lot of people in the theater when I went and saw it.
Yeah.
Overall, like when the movie was over, nobody was excited about it. And some people were actually like laughing at it. But my mom liked it at first, but she only liked the singing. She didn't like the story. So she's like, I liked it. I was like, well, what did you like about it? The songs. I was like, okay, what else? The songs. I was like, but what about the story? She's like, oh, I didn't like that. So yeah, she just liked the singing. And for the most part, like the songs some of them were fine, some of them were terrible, and some of them that I liked. But overall, like the movie story-wise, I didn't like it. Songs were fine. Did I leave the movie angry? No. Did I leave the movie like happy? No. It was just fine. That was it. It was boring. Like it was fine. It was boring, and I couldn't wait for it to be over. My mom told me that I went in with a bias. She's like, you were already going in not liking the movie, and I was like, no, I was actually hoping that I would like the movie, so that way I could give it like a better review than other people, because that would be something different. Kind of like Wicked. Some people went in not liking it, but then and their review reflected that. But like I was really hoping, I was going in with a positive attitude, and I came out liking it, whereas some people like didn't like Wicked. You know what I mean? So like with this one, I was going in, I was hoping to like it. I wanted to like it just like Wicked. I wanted it to be like that type of a movie, but it just wasn't. It was terrible. So
was this here, Phil? Did you wear your dress? No, I didn't. Okay, I didn't wear the dress. Okay, but what about you, Grae? We like you recorded your thoughts on it, but like after you have like a couple of days to process it, do you still feel the same? Is it still really bad?
Yeah, it's still the same. It's not it. Like I already said, it's like if you're up to date with what's happened with Rachel Zegler for the past 2 years, like it's gonna be hard for you to separate her from the movie. It's like you can't help it. And even that, like I said, even let's say you have like you're okay, let's say you're good with Rachel Zegler, it's still not it's still not written to the best, in my opinion. Like, yeah, the songs are okay, like Steph said, but I don't even remember them anymore. Like, I don't like the Gal Gadot ones. Like, I think, I
Those are the
think, I
worst.
think, I think Gal Gadot did her best, but it's still, it's still not, that she's not really a singer. So,
Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, the dwarves, like, it's like I thought about, it's like, I think you could make better feedback on like the CGI, the graphics. I think you're the ones who can make better feedback. That's why I intentionally left that out in my review, because like I just said, I think it's okay. I think like the hi ho, everything's okay. It's just that, except that would have been better if it was just actual dwarves, actual little people than CGI. Yeah, the apple didn't make, it's really stupid. I hated the apple scene the most, the poison apple, where it's like, oh, you gotta eat this for nourishment. It's really stupid. It's the
I think
animated film
hold on. I think I lost audio on my headphones. So but continue talking.
Yeah, the animated film did the apple a lot better. It's a lot more convincing what led to Snow White biting the apple. This one did it. It's a terrible. It's like, why would you like allow this random stranger to give you a strange apple, and then you just bite it right away? It's you got food in your house. You got other food. You don't need to eat that apple then and there. But yeah, overall, just the writing is really bad. Even if you remove everything that you don't like about Rachel Zegler, just like straight up give her a chance to see how she does. It's still terribly written, all in all, and yeah, not surprising. I don't know what's the discourse going on right now. If there are people shilling with the movie, but overall I didn't like it, and I'm not surprised that it's not doing so hot in the box office.
Yeah, after it premiered, like they had their premiere, you saw all of the people give their social media takes on it, and they were just praising it, saying that this is the best live action adaptation. I completely disagree. It's not the worst. In my opinion, Peter Pan and Wendy and Pinocchio are the worst ones, the worst live action adaptations. This one comes in third though. It's definitely not the best. Like people were saying on Twitter. Now the critic reviews, I think they're being very honest when it comes to this movie, because this movie is 100% forgettable. I think they were saying that Rachel Zegler wasn't, a great actor. Neither was Gal Gadot. And I completely agree with those reviews, with those takes. And the movie overall, the songs weren't great, but or memorable. It's kind of like Mufasa, right? Like I watched Mufasa and I can't really remember any of the songs that were in Mufasa. But when you think of The Lion King, you think of all of those songs, right? You think of
yeah.
When you think of Aladdin, you think of all of those memorable songs. And with this movie, since there's I think there's only 2 songs from the original Snow White movie that they kept in this movie. All of the rest are all original songs. And it was so funny because like I was wondering why I wasn't really resonating with Rachel Zegler as Snow White like you're supposed to. Like Haley Bailey, is that her name, as Ariel? Like I didn't like her casting. I really didn't. I thought that, it needed to be a white redhead person who was cast. However, when she sang Part of Your World, I absolutely loved it. She sang it beautifully, and she made it her own. And like when she sang it, I loved it, right? Well, like when Rachel Zegler is singing this new song, I just see Rachel Zegler singing the song. I don't see or get Snow White singing a song. And it's because it's this brand new song that nobody's ever heard of, but it's Snow White's new anthem. Instead of singing I'm Wishing or Someday My Prince Will Come, she's singing this new anthem of Waiting on a Wish. So like you don't resonate with this character because it's not Snow White. It's a new heroine.
And it's always the same. Like whenever it's like, even like I remember the live action Little Mermaid with Halle Bailey. I do not remember at all the new song of Eric. Like I don't even remember. Yeah, it's like it's all the new stuff that they put in. I do not remember them at all. It's not as memorable as the classics.
Right? No, they're not
Yeah.
as memorable, and here's why. They're not as memorable because they sound like they're made to, be, like, on radio. They're made to, like, be do you know how, um oh, what is it? Like, the classic songs that, A Whole New World and Aladdin
Mhm.
or, even Part of Your World, they have, like, the radio versions and then they have, like, the movie versions, so, like, the radio versions are made to sound more pop, you know, to be played on the radio. Um, but they're still like the classic Disney songs. Well, like these songs that they're putting in these new movies, they're modernized, so they automatically sound poppy. They automatically sound like they're made for the radio as opposed to being made for a musical, a Disney musical. So that's why they sound so out of place. Not to say that like these songs can be played on the radio, but like they sound so out of place because
Yeah.
they're way too modern. They're way too modernized. They don't sound like a Disney song would.
Mhm.
Even
Yeah.
when they're singing, like the new songs, what are they? The Good Things Grow or like the song that Princess Problems. I think the Princess Problem song and the Evil Queen song, as horrible as they sound like they're musicals. They sound like they're songs written for musicals as opposed to being as opposed to the other songs that are in this movie. But
Yeah.
those songs are still really bad.
Yeah, Phil,
They're
what's
still
this?
really bad.
Phil has a face for radio. You goddamn right I do. But out of all the songs, the one that sort of like had the most messaging is the the growing song, which is the I forgot what it's called already, but like the one
Oh,
in
The
the
Good
beginning.
Things Grow.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
basically a socialism song.
it is.
Yeah, it's so stupid. I was like, what is this dumb message, right? And I fell asleep probably like I almost fell asleep 3 times. I'm like, this movie is really long. I'm just like, oh my god,
Yeah,
like
it is.
like I'm so bored, right? And I'm not sure if the original one, I haven't seen the original one in such a long time. I'm not sure if it's like it's
I
that slow, but it's not that long either. It's like this movie's like
It's
almost
not.
2
It's not.
hours.
It's like an hour and a half, I think.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like there's that of course is the first song that she sings. I think the one that is the one that you mentioned is the one where you first see her as an adult, right? And she's talking about how like who she's meant to be, and then like throughout the whole thing, like you hear like the messages of like her being fair, her being fair, her being fair. Like that's like it's like that's basically hammered into your brain the entire movie. And then at the end, it's just like, oh, you know, who's the fairest of all? And the way that the way that Gal Gadot dies in this movie is
Yeah, it's so
stupid.
stupid, man.
Yeah, it's
And
great. Do you remember how what's it called again? The evil queen dies in the original?
yeah. I what I did was the day before I watched it, I watched the animated one. So the in the original, like after Snow White gets poisoned, like the dwarves run back to their house, and then like she was still there, the queen. So she tried to run away. The dwarves were chasing her up to up to the, I don't know if cliff top is the correct term, but kind of like the Lion King, the stone stand. Like she was standing at the edge, but then
Mhm.
lightning struck the rock, then it cracked, and then she fell to her death. That's how she dies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like an act of
Yeah.
God, and then she dies, right? Because she's a terrible
Yeah.
person, right?
Yeah.
And then Steph posted something earlier today, that just the way that like Snow White dies, it's just like
Oh,
not glamorous at all.
no.
It's not glamorous at all. So let me go ahead and bring this up right over
Yeah.
here.
A-
Yeah.
And they were hyping in this remake. They were hyping so much, like, "Oh, what happened to the dad? What happened to the?" And then it just ended up being a one-liner from Gal Gadot.
Oh,
Oh,
I
I killed.
know. I was like waiting for the
I
dad
killed
to
him.
come back.
Yeah.
Oh, I killed him. And that's it.
Yeah.
So in the original Snow White, she was like in a glass gold coffin.
So in the original, here's the thing. Okay. In this movie, Snow White like leaves the dwarves twice. You know, it's she she leaves the dwarves twice. It almost feels like two different movies jumbled into one, right? Because she leaves the dwarves twice. So the dwarves are just like, "Oh, okay, you're going to stay here, you're going to go to the bandits. Okay, just be careful." You know, Like it's any chance she gets, she leaves this cottage. She doesn't want to stay there. She doesn't want to stay there. So when she dies, it makes sense that like they're not going to build her a coffin made of gold and glass, or mourn, you know, over her bedside for days while they make this coffin of gold and glass. Like they're not going to do that. It makes sense. Like she doesn't even want to stay with these guys. It takes place over the course of 2 days, right? Whereas in the animated film, you're assuming that she's there for a little while because like you're assuming that she's with the dwarves for a little while because they have like this a routine, kind of, you know. And even like in death, it's almost like they're mourning her for a little while before the prince finds her, you know. So she's with them for a while. They care about her. She's treated them with such grace and kindness, and so there's a reason why they're mourning over her for days and putting her in this coffin and visiting her coffin every night or every day, bringing her flowers. Whereas in this one, she couldn't wait to get away from them. She kept leaving the dwarves' house. She's just like, I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna go find the bandits. Okay, bye. And then she brings back this injured man and demands that Doc do something about it. Hey,
cure him.
Cure him now.
And then after he fixed him, she's like, all right, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for all your help. I'm just gonna go to the south and try and find my dad. Bye. You know, so like, why on earth would they be mourning her? And like, they wouldn't care. It makes sense that they put her on a rock.
And the thing is, in the animated film, I mentioned this in my videos, like the huge difference is that in the animated film, it made sense where there was a relationship built because there was an exchange involved. Like, let me stay in your house. In exchange, I will clean for you and I will cook for you. Here, it's like, I sleep in your house and you clean all your shit. Like, it's like incredibly privileged, and it kind of takes away from the dynamic between the two.
Well, no, that's why, it's not only that. So the whole her breaking into the house, or not even breaking in, okay? Snow White breaking into the dwarves' house or cottage in the animated film, that's always been like a meme. It's just been a meme. Oh, she breaks in to these guys' house and, you know, wants to stay with them or whatever. So they don't let her break into the house in the live action movie. It's so odd, right? It is so freaking odd the way she goes into their house, because at the beginning of the movie, she's speaking to the animals, right? She's speaking to these little creatures. And it makes sense that she's doing that because she's all alone. She doesn't have any friends. And so both in the animated film and in this one, she's speaking to these animals. And she's Snow White. That's what Snow White does. She speaks to these animals. She speaks to the woodland creatures. But that's when it stops. Like, she doesn't speak to them after that. After she goes through the woods and the animals find her, she just looks at them. It is a completely silent scene, right? Whereas in the animated feature, she's speaking to all of these woodland creatures, and she's like, I guess I do need a place to stay. Do you guys know any place where I can stay? And that's when they lead her to the house. In this one, she's just looking at them, right? She's just looking around, and I don't know, are they speaking like mentally with each? We have no idea, but like somehow these animals know that she needs a place to stay. So these animals lead her to the house. She doesn't break in. The animals go into the house first, as if they've done this plenty of times before, right? As if they've led women to this house before. Like, it was so weird. And then they don't just lead her inside, they lead her upstairs. Into a bed.
Sleep here, woman.
They lead her upstairs and to a bed, and she like falls asleep, and the animals fall asleep around her. That makes zero sense. That makes no sense for her to just nap, right? She breaks in and naps. Like, here, have a sleep. Whereas in the animated film, everyone is exhausted because they were all cleaning. Like, everyone is tired because she goes in and she's just like, well, nobody's here, but I do need a place to stay. So maybe, right? She thinks that children live there and that they need a mother. So like, maybe if I clean the house, I can stay here. They'll let me stay. And it makes sense. Some people are like, oh, that's so that's so like against feminism. It's such a what do you call it? Like oh my God, I'm like I'm blanking on it. Don't give a woman a broom. Don't give a woman this, right? But it makes sense for her, like for this to be her only currency, because she was in the castle and she was made to be a maid in the castle. That's what she knows how to do. It's not that she's a woman and that's like the woman thing to do. She doesn't know what else to do. That's what she grew up with. She grew up in rags as a maid in the castle. So it makes sense that in her mind, that's her currency. I can help them. I can clean because that's what I know how to do. And not only that, but I know how to cook because I've had to cook for myself. It makes sense that that's what she would offer. It's not because she's a woman and that's the only thing that she knows how to do. It's because that's the only thing that she knows how to do because it's the only thing that she was made to do. That's how she sort of like earned her keep. So that's why she does that for the dwarves, and maybe they'll let her stay. It's not misogynistic, it's not sexist, it's not anything like that, but that's the only thing that she knows how to do. And then like in the live action film, during Whistle While You Work, it's not that she's making these guys. Here's the thing. Before that even starts, they're making fun of Dopey and like hurting his feelings. And she goes outside to comfort Dopey. And like and she asks him, like, do you know how to, speak up for yourself? And you don't speak. Well, I'm going to teach you a different way to speak up for yourself. I'm going to teach you how to whistle. So she teaches him how to whistle. And that becomes his way to speak up for himself, to stand up for himself. So they go back in and he whistles really loud. And the dwarves are like fighting amongst each other and making a huge mess, right? So he whistles. And for some reason, they become completely like awestruck by the fact that someone knows how to whistle. They've never heard this before in all of their over 200 years on this earth, right? They don't know how to whistle. But Dopey's whistling loud at them. So he's getting mad at them. He's letting them have it because that's his new form of communication. And then Snow White like looks at Dopey and he's just like, they nod to each other, right? So then she makes them clean. She makes them clean. This ends up becoming a form of punishment for the dwarves. That's what this is. She not only demands that they clean the house and starts, giving them all of the cleaning tools. It's punishment for what they did to Dopey.
Yeah.
Like, what the? Yeah. That's how this comes across. It's punishment. She's punishing these dwarves for doing this to Dopey. And not only that, but she's making it look like fun.
It's
such a different message that you're sending, because it's like, well, you hurt him, and in the course of that, you guys made a mess. So now you're gonna clean as punishment, but don't worry, we'll have a good time, and I'll teach you how to whistle.
She's an awful person, and the thing is, but yeah, shout out to Dispro hanging out in the chat. But yes, she is an awful person, and you can tell the tension between her and Gal Gadot are real. Right? You can tell like she hates her, right? But I just think that this movie and her as a person, she's just awful. She's just a terrible person, and I also hate the fact that they completely just like removed the prince from the movie. And like, here's this bandit Jonathan.
Yeah,
there's no prince anymore. Dude. And then one day my prince will, someday my prince will come. Like the song's gone, and replace it with a stupid song from John. So I hate it.
That also like didn't make any sense. Because like the first time that he meets her, he breaks into the castle and he's trying to.
I hated that conversation too. Yes.
Yeah, he the first time they meet, he breaks into the castle and he is he's stealing from like the royal pantry or wherever he's in. He's stealing potatoes, and she goes in there and she's just like, you can't do that. Don't steal. That's not right. And he's like, I'm just taking my fair share or whatever, and he thinks that she is a maid in the castle, and he actually tells her and encourages her, you should do the same. You should take something for yourself. He doesn't know that is Snow White. And she even mentions Snow White, and he says, nobody has seen or heard from Snow White in years, right? Whenever someone says that, like, it's presumed that they think that someone is dead because they haven't heard from Snow White. Nobody knows where Snow White is at. No one's seen her in years. So she's either dead or she is complicit in what the queen is doing because nobody has seen her, right? So then the queen finds him, and Snow White stands up for him, and the queen, says Snow White, calls her Snow White, and you see Jonathan going like, Snow White, right? Because he didn't realize that was Snow White, but he knows that she's a maid in the castle. So then when they meet again in the forest, they're meeting, and the song that they sing to each other makes no sense. It makes zero sense because they're talking down to each other. He's calling her like a spoiled princess, saying she has princess problems. I would think that like he would be a little more sympathetic.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he knows that like the queen has her in rags living in the castle as a maid, but he's not. He's calling her a spoiled princess. That makes zero sense.
Yeah.
And he's like, and also like his whole character makes zero sense because the song talks about how he wants to like look out for himself. He's looking out for number one. That's all he cares about is himself. But then he's like he's also the leader of the bandits, and they're like this rebel group that want to restore the kingdom to how it originally was. So it's like, which one is it? Are you a Flynn Rider character that's just looking out for yourself, and you're sort of stuck with Snow White and helping her, and you guys have like this romance that comes out of nowhere? Or are you the leader of the bandit, and do you want to like take back the kingdom? It doesn't make any sense. Everything in this movie completely contradicts each other. Everything in this movie does.
Yeah. I hated the fact that they made Gal Gadot sing. I think her singing was really bad. I know like they gave her original outfit with the pop collar, right? And then she started singing, and she started just
she did her best though. I'll give her that. She
some parts of her song doesn't even sound like her. So it sounds like someone else just sang over her lines. It just didn't sound like her because we know how she sounds like when she sings. It's not
Gal
good.
Gadot, like I think she went on was it Jimmy? No, it wasn't Jimmy Fallon. She went on Jimmy Fallon. She told Jimmy Fallon like, I can't sing. But she sings in the movie. But she's admitting like, I can't sing, but I do sing in this movie. But like, to Gal Gadot's credit, one, she can't act. I think that like Gal Gadot, when she's in movies, she relies on the acting of other people around her to sort of bring up her acting a little bit, right? To not make her acting look as bad as it actually is. But in this movie, I'm basically doing my review, dude. Like,
okay, it's very thorough.
Look, even though I'm saying everything that I say in my review on this stream, you guys still have to go watch my review once I put it up. Okay, it was 2 hours of filming.
Yeah, chat. Watch the review.
Watch the review.
Gal Gadot has to rely on other people when she's in movies to sort of elevate her acting, but in this movie, the person that she has to rely on is like Rachel Zegler. And Rachel Zegler on her own, she can't act. She's so dull in this movie. She's so dull and monotone. Like she can't act. She can sing her butt off, but she can't act. So when you have like all of these theater actors around you, you're going to notice a terrible performance from Gal Gadot. Like, it's going to be extremely apparent that her acting is bad, and it is here.
Yeah.
To her credit, though, I do love her outfits, like her costumes, and the original Queen's like popped collar. The costumes were beautiful, and I do like that they didn't really change the evil Queen's story from the original too much in this movie. Like, they didn't change it. They didn't stray too much. Yeah, they have like political messaging in it, but for the most part, like her motivations for killing Snow White are the same. Like, she still becomes the old hag and gives her the apple. There's some other stuff sprinkled in there, but like her story is kind of still consistent.
The way it ended for her is just bad. Like, even the scene before her death with the guards is incredibly stupid. I really hate that scene too, with the guards. Like, you could have done that like in the first phase of the movie, and then we just end the movie.
It's like like during that part, like where she shows back up, like, you know, she's in her outfit. She's like, looks like a Red Riding Hood. She takes off her cloak, comes up into the kingdom, and then and she sort of squares off with the queen, And I'm like, the queen, like, bitch, like, you have like superpowers. Just kill her. Just like,
that was dumb.
Just kill her. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna give it to you, and then, all right, I'll do it myself. And then the midget shoots the blade off of your hand with a crossbow.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That was so dumb. Like, I feel like that part was how it was supposed to end. You know, like that was the original ending, especially like her coming back to the kingdom. And everybody like automatically knows who she is.
Yeah.
Nobody, remember, because Jonathan said nobody has seen or heard from Snow White in years. Okay.
Exactly.
But she walks through the gate and everybody automatically knows that that's Snow White.
They start singing.
How do you know? What? How do you know that that's Snow White? How do you know that that's automatically Snow White? She looks completely different than she did as a child, you know? Oh my gosh, my mom laughed when we were leaving the movie theater because she was like, I don't understand how they changed her. She goes, did they change Snow White's race from when she was little to when she was an adult? I was like, I don't know, did they?
Yeah.
I was like, I have no idea, did they? I have to look it up. But yeah, like they didn't know. Like, how do they know that that's Snow White? She's just sort of walking through and automatically people know that that's Snow White. She looks completely different and nobody has heard or seen her in years. So how do they know? But but then like this one girl, she's kept that flower crown all these years.
What a loser. Imagine keeping that.
and she put it on and she put on the flower crown. And so then like she started following behind Snow White and everybody else like comes in line and follows behind her. I feel like that is from the original take, like because she's singing about how she's finally found it. It's finally, the day has come. She is now someone fearless, someone brave, someone true, someone whatever the other thing is. I feel like that was in the original cut. Like that is 100% not from like the reshoots. That's how it was supposed to be. She's finally come into her power, to her own, and everybody's following her.
Yeah, this was like, yeah, they were like, anyone with that much of a stick up their ass has to be Snow White.
Snow White.
Yeah. This movie does feel like it was supposed to be something else, right? I feel like the bandits, like I'm not sure if they were in the original movie, right? The original version of the movie, they're supposed to, I'm sure if it's true because like that's all we saw, that they're supposed to be the original, you know, magical creatures or whatever, right? And then there wasn't any like was it actual dwarves in the movie?
Well, no, there were dwarves in the movie.
Okay.
Because the movie's already out, I'll tell you how I know. When that story came out, I actually asked somebody who knows Martin Kleba, and Martin Kleba played Grumpy. And so he texted Martin Kleba and asked him if that story was true. And Martin's like, no, because Martin Kleba, like the news came out that he was playing Grumpy. So like that was a story that he was cast as Grumpy, but like it wasn't confirmed or anything like that. It was just a rumor that was out there. So like this person texted Martin Kleba, and that actor, and he was just like, no, that story's not true. Like I'm playing Grumpy. Nobody has seen the dwarves yet. So there were always supposed to be dwarves in the movie. How much of the dwarves were in the movie, like I don't know, or how much of these bandits were in the movie, original movie, I don't know. But yeah, there were supposed to be dwarves in the movie. That was already the bandits were always supposed to be like a different faction. They were never supposed to be the Seven Dwarves.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That's good to know. It's because like I was like, they actually interact with each other. So like it's like it's sort of that's a lot of CGI they will need to add in just for this, right? It's like it plus the movie costs a lot of money. So, yeah, go ahead, Grae. You were saying.
Yeah, because I was gonna say it's like we didn't know for sure because like given like the rep of Disney nowadays, we thought that was the replacement for the dwarves, but it's actually it was a different set of characters, and Disney couldn't say anything without spoiling what they had in mind. So yeah, makes sense.
I honestly think that the bandits were supposed to have a bigger role.
Yeah,
because there wasn't much.
After
there
that
wasn't much
scene with the guards, they were just like standing around and nothing else.
Yeah, I think that there was supposed to be like more of the bandits because like on the red carpet and in her photos, like Rachel Zegler is talking to all of these actors as if she spent so much time with them. You know, she has like pictures and videos. And as if she spent a ton of time with them, and it's like they weren't even in the movie that much. So I think that they cut. I honestly think that they cut a lot of bandit scenes out, because like honestly, like there's one which was the little person who's part of the bandits. He has some line that he's just like, "I am master of the crossbow." It's like this running gag throughout the film where he says that he's master of the crossbow, but he's never holding a crossbow until the very end when he finally like actually shoots a crossbow, and then he says his line again. Nobody laughed. It wasn't funny. Nobody cheered.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
that was just like a running gag.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense. And like I remember because I didn't watch it when we talked about it on the Epicverse, and they're like, wait, so basically he was like, you know what? If Peter Dinklage get to have a crossbow, I get to have a crossbow. So I'm going ahead and shoot him with a crossbow. So that's how I felt. But I think overall this movie was just not good. Like I would say the singing is good from Rachel Zegler's part. Like
Zegler,
she's
I
good at
mentioned
singing.
that too. I mentioned that too. Yeah,
she's very good at singing. I think the CGIs on dwarves were sort of weird. Like they're like
terrible.
It's like it looks too real but not real at the same time, and it looks very soulless. Like there's no life in those characters. Like Chris Gore said, like you could have casted an actual person for this part, instead of an CGI a dwarf.
And it's I just watched Drinkers reviews. Like the minds look that, especially for me, the minds part, it looks incredibly washed out, given that it's supposed to be like a brighter toned show. So yeah, I kind of agree with that. But in terms of like the CGI, I left that out because I think Phil would be the better person to talk about like the CGI and overall design. So what did you think?
The mining scene is actually the one thing that I liked about the movie.
It reminds me of the actual ride from Walt Disney World.
From Disneyland.
Yeah. That was the only thing. That was probably my favorite scene in the movie, which is funny because like I listened to the soundtrack when it came out, and I didn't like the fact that they changed the Hi-Ho song. But when I was watching it in the theater, I had to like look around the dwarves. I couldn't actually like stare at their faces because they're so creepy. But like that sequence was a sequence that I actually liked. They showed, you know, how they get to the mines, how they like take the little mining cars down deep into the mines. And then they like I still don't understand their power structure. I still don't understand how it works. I don't know if like they all have to touch the mine or touch the rocks before they start digging. Like, do they all have to touch them for it to glow, and then they can start mining? Like, I still don't understand how it all works, but I mean, it looks cool, but like that's the only part that I liked.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that's the only part that like I'm like, okay, this song, and plus like I like the Hi-Ho song in general, but it is the
Hi-Ho song, yeah.
It is changed, right? Like don't say they started with like dig first, and then then the song happened. So, but yeah, it's like no one clapped in theater. Like that's only when the theater that I went to there, I would say it was like 70% full. It was just parents.
Wow, you had a lot of people.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And it was and the screen that I chose was a smaller room. Like the one that had like more people, like the really big rooms, that was like 80% full. So I didn't do that one. So but the thing is that this movie is it's not doing so well, right? Like right over here, like I'm gonna share this right over here, right? This is from a couple of days ago. So box office Snow White makes 3.5 million on previews.
Yikes!
And no one clapped in the movie.
1% of the production cost. Not even total.
This is, in my opinion, out of all the live actions that I've seen, I would say this is the second worst one.
I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. I know that they compared it to old ass movies in order to make it look good.
Yeah. Like I would say this is probably like the only one that's worse than this. Like I mentioned before, was like Mulan. I think Mulan's probably the worst one, but this one's pretty bad.
I haven't seen
that. Mulan came out during the pandemic, though.
Yeah, during Disney Plus. Yeah,
on Disney Plus. Yeah.
Yeah, that one was just I hate that movie, and plus that's like one of my favorite ones.
I never watched it.
I never watched it either.
If you like the animated Mulan, don't watch the live action one.
Okay.
Like there's no soul in it, and they're like, oh, we're trying to make this more realistic. So we're going to remove Mushu and the cricket, but in return we're going to add in a weird phoenix that flies that's in the distance, and then there's a lady that can turn into 1,000 bats. All right.
Is it a new one? Isn't it about chi or something like that?
Yeah, she has superpowers. She can jump around and and her dad's like, he's like, conceal, don't feel, don't let them know. It's like, where have I seen this before? Where have I heard about this before? Right. And then at the end, like she had to not like show up the guys or they won't accept her, which is retarded.
No.
But yeah, don't watch that one.
But it was made for you.
Yeah, yes, it was. Right.
What did you think of Dopey talking?
I thought that was weird too.
They didn't really do anything about that. It's like just in the end, he ends up, I get to talk now. They didn't really, he didn't really do anything apart from that.
Yeah, like 2 lines. That was
yeah.
I was angry. I was so mad. I was like, "Aw." And then he's like the narrator of the whole thing too.
Yeah, it was his voice the entire time. I thought it was like a non-binary person that was talking the entire time.
Yeah. I didn't like it. Mostly because like they gave the bravery. They took away Grumpy's story. And they gave it to Dopey. I was like,
it was originally supposed to be for Grumpy?
Well, Grumpy is the one that's brave. Yeah. Grumpy's the one that leads the charge, not Dopey. Like they position Dopey as like the one that's leading the dwarves when they have that shot of the dwarves. Dopey's in the front.
He was in the front.
Yeah. They position him as like he's leading the charge, Even when he actually speaks up, he's the one that's like, let her try or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we've been living like this for too long, whatever he says. When it's actually Grumpy that and some people have been saying that like, oh, it's because they don't want to make fun of like the disabled community or something like that, but like
of course.
But like it's actually not. They took that away from Grumpy because the whole Snow White, this whole conversation around Snow White has everything to do with it being misogynistic and sexist, and they view Grumpy as that because of the things that he says in the movie. He's just like, don't trust women. He's like, women, they're gonna take over your life soon. They're gonna make you wear perfume and put your hair in bows. Like the things that he says, they're funny, but they come from like this place of he's grumpy, and it comes from a place of like he doesn't know what they are. Like he's like, they're full of, what does he say? They're full of wicked wiles, and they ask him like, well, what are those? He's like, I don't know. He's like, I don't know what they are. So it's done in this funny way in the movie, but these woke women watch it and they're like, oh my gosh, it's so misogynistic. Oh, how dare he? But like Grumpy has this full journey in this movie. He's very much against Snow White staying in the house because the queen will find her, and if the queen finds her, she's going to rain down on them. And he knows that the queen is full of dark magic and black magic, and he doesn't want anything to happen. He doesn't want her to stay there. He's very much against Snow White staying there. And so he's always like insulting Snow White, insulting the fact that she's a woman, and him and Doc are always like at odds against each other because Doc wants to help her and Grumpy doesn't want to help her. And so they're always fighting. And Snow White sort of like approaches Grumpy with kindness. It doesn't matter how many times Grumpy sticks his tongue out at her. She's always going to, hope that he's okay. She really wants him to like her. She really works hard to make Grumpy like her. Because and like he's her favorite dwarf. Like he's 100% her favorite dwarf. And so like she's always like, are you okay? He hurts himself a bunch of times, and she's always like, are you okay? And he's like, he always sticks his nose up at her. And finally, like they're going to work one morning, and he's like waiting to say, he stays by her, and he, is waiting for her to notice him. so that way he can tell her, like, don't let anybody come into this house. And she's like, oh, Grumpy, you do care. And he's just like, oh, whatever. And so she tries to kiss him on his head, and he's like, no, don't kiss me. Like, he pulls away from her. She finally like gets him on the head and kisses him on the head. And he walks away, and that sort of like melts his heart, right? Because no matter how horrible he treats her, she still approaches him with kindness. And he's just like, that melts his heart. And he looks back, and she's like, she blows him a kiss, and he's like, oh, and he sticks his nose up at her again, and he walks, and he hurts himself. He walks into a tree, and then he falls into this stream. And she's still like, bye, Grumpy. You know, she's still like very nice to him. And he still turns his nose up to her, right? So then they find out that the evil queen is there to hurt Snow White. And who's the first one that's worried about Snow White? It's Grumpy. He's worried about her. He's like, we have to go and save her. And he's the one that gets on the deer, and he's leading the charge. He's leading them. And not just leading them, he's leading the dwarves by like a significant distance. If you go back and watch the movie, he has a huge head start on the dwarves. Like, he wants to go and protect Snow White. It's that sort of like male instinct to protect somebody, right? So he wants to go and protect her, and he sees the queen, and she's like, now she's over there, go and get her. He's the first one up the mountain. And when it goes to another shot, he has a huge lead against the dwarves. Like, if the queen had actually succeeded in throwing the boulder, Grumpy would have been the first to die, right? Like, he would have been the first to die. He's willing to give up his life to protect Snow White. Like, it is, like, that's how much he wants to protect Snow White. And during this time, like, when the dwarves were at work, Snow White's actually baking Grumpy a pie. Like, no other dwarf gets a pie. She's making a pie for Grumpy, and she puts his name on it. And that's the last thing she does before she bites the apple and goes into a sleeping death. So it's presumed that, like, Grumpy comes back, finds Snow White dead, and sees this final thing that she did, this final act of kindness that she did for him, was to make him a pie. So when they're standing vigil next to Snow White, Grumpy has like an emotional reaction, so much that he has to, it's almost like he can't even look at Snow White. He turns away in shame because she showed him nothing but kindness, and all he did was, you know, be grumpy towards her, be mean to her. So like he's almost like he's ashamed of the way he acts. So he has like this huge emotional response. Like, you know, he's ashamed of what he did, and he wants to like make it up to her, which is why when they actually built her coffin, he's the only dwarf that puts the bouquet of flowers in her hands, you know, because like he's just like, I'm gonna always put this bouquet of flowers in your hands. So like he's showing her kindness in death, right? He's presenting her this bouquet of flowers. All of the other dwarves put the flowers at the foot of the coffin, but he puts the flowers in her hands. And when she wakes up, I'm telling you, Grumpy is fucking awesome, okay? Because when she's awakened by the prince, and she's telling everybody goodbye, like Snow White gives him a kiss on his forehead, and he blows her back. He blows her the kiss that he didn't blow her, that he stuck his nose up at.
It
right?
sounds so bad.
Shut up, Disbrew. He blows her the kiss that he wasn't able to blow back, that he stuck his nose up at, you know? And not only that, but like the movie ends with him and Doc, like, you know, arm in arm, right? She showed him kindness, and now he knows, you know, kindness and love. Like it's such a great fucking arc for a fucking dwarf. And they stripped that away because, oh, it's fucking misogynistic, what he says about women. And then they make Dopey this fucking freedom fighter. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, they give his braveness to Dopey. Like, Dopey was never problematic. He was actually, when Snow White thought that children lived there, Dopey was like that child. She would always like laugh at Dopey, like, oh, Dopey, you're so. She looked at him as a child, right? Like, that's like, this is the child that I thought lived here. She looks at him as a child. He was never supposed to be this brave warrior. It's so stupid that they made Dopey into like this fucking fighter. It's dumb. He was like so childlike. And it makes no sense either, because if he is fucking smart and he knows how to speak up this whole time, why is he being an idiot in the mines and causing the dwarves issues? It's like he's doing it on purpose.
Okay, so if I was gonna, defend Dopey, it's just like you gotta just do the bare minimum. It's because if you can do above that and above and beyond, they're gonna expect that from you every time. just that's lazy person mentality. Okay, it's like, oh man, he's actually smart. All right, you got to work more now. But
I need to go. Like seriously, if he's fucking smart, right? Why is he making it out to be like, oh, I'm an idiot? What the hell?
All right, we got to go back to what you said earlier. Snow White was trying to blow Grumpy, but he didn't blow back.
Yeah, even like tries to give him a high.
Okay.
You always blow back. Okay.
I need to watch this Snow White now. It sounds interesting. I need to go back and watch it now. But yes, subscribe to My Nerdy Home. Her video. When will your movie review come out?
I still have to edit it.
Okay.
So probably like whenever I'm done editing, I just put it up. So probably sometime later today.
All right, cool.
early hours or late at night, however. Yeah.
All right, sweet. Let's go and read some super chats. Yo, Hollow Ninja, thank you so much for the 5. The worst live action adaptation of all time will probably be and always will be Dragon Ball Evolution. Justin Chatwin even apologized to the Dragon Ball Z creator. Yes, it's really bad, especially if you love Dragon Ball Z. I don't care if there are like hot girls in that movie. The movie was atrocious. It was awful, and I hated it. Hated it with a passion. But thank you so much for the super chat, Hollow Ninja. Cellular Dream with the $4.99. Disney should remix Snow White with a Fuda chick. Phil would probably watch it and give it a 10 out of 10.
What's a Fuda chick?
I'm not explaining that.
You explained it last week already.
She's just gonna look it up.
I am.
It's short for Fudanari. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. But yeah, but yes, maybe I'll give it a 10 out of 10. So
why are all of the images blocked off? Like I can't see any of them.
Just look up the definition. You don't look at the images.
Every time
I look something up, I go straight to images.
No, don't. Don't look up images.
I go straight to images, and they're like most of them are blurred off. I still don't understand what it is.
It's basically a hermaphrodite. But
I have safe search on. How do I turn off safe search?
Yeah, turn off safe search and turn off the blur. Oh no. What have you done, Celluloid Dream? But yo, thank you so much for the $4.99. Yo, Wolf's Pain with the 2. Can we stop giving Disney princesses superpowers? Nope. Uh-oh.
Ew.
Ew! No.
Ew! Oh
my god! Yeah, I didn't search.
Is this what you talk about on Coomcast? Like
no,
every time I go into Coomcast, there's always like some, image up, and I'm just like, what?
No. Okay. No. It's not what we talk about. But the thing is, someone asked, I forgot who it was. They said that, Phil, do you know what a Fuda is? And if so, balls or no balls? And then I responded, I thought about it. And then I would say, are you talking about in a relationship? And then they just answer the question. And then I'm like, so hypothetically, if we were in a relationship, I'll prefer no balls. It's because I don't want them to be hitting each other.
I can't stop unblurring these images.
Just turn back on save search. Just turn it back on.
I never turned it off. I kept it on.
Oh my god.
Ew.
Yo,
It was a really
whoops.
bad one.
No, look. Okay, it's. I don't look at those. It just now is just that's the lore. Okay, that's the lore. Just this food to fill, and then there's the whole thing that happened in when I was working at Activision, where a guy got fired for, for doing something
Stuff in the bathroom.
Yeah, basically doing something in the bathroom, and everyone thought it was me. So yeah. So yo, Wolf's paying for the 5. Off topic, but did you know that they took out the Katara and Paku fight from the Amazon version? Oh, you mean you're talking about the Netflix version? One of the most important fight in the series. Really? I didn't know that. Well, the thing is, I didn't really watch the original. I'm talking about the Avatar Last Airbender. Yeah, gotcha. But thank you so much for the super chat, man. Achilles Jones, how long do we know that this movie was like the Titanic approaching the iceberg? Now it finally hits and dives, and the dive begins. Hey, Steph and Eggroll crew, yo, what's going on, Achilles? Yeah, it's we knew that it was gonna be bad, but we just didn't know how bad it was gonna be. But yo, thank you for the 5, thank you. And is it Emma No Gay No Payway for the 199? I noticed Steph noticing me. Chica wow wow. So he said that right. But yo, thank you for the super chat. Thank you. All right. We're gonna talk about this really quick though. Is because I think this is important. We're gonna talk about the Justin Baldoni stuff. Because I have no idea what's happening. And
you can take
I know
off the
Steph
banner now.
knows. Yeah, I will. And I know Steph knows all about the Justin Baldoni stuff. You've been keeping up to date with all the stuff that's been happening between both of them?
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah. If I don't make a video on it, I like it's all saved in my bookmarks and everything. So like, yeah.
So so what is going on? So like all I know is that Nice Pool was basically, I guess you would say, modeled after Justin Baldoni, and then it was Blake Lively's character, Lady Pool, that kills him off in the movie. That's all I know, and they hate each other, and he's like a male feminist. So what's actually happening?
Okay, so there's actually a lot that happened. But basically back in August, a lot of people on TikTok noticed that Justin Baldoni was very much not in any of the cast promotion for the movie It Ends With Us, and people were trying to figure out why. And they sort of came up with the theory that like him and Blake must not get along because Blake's a bitch. And a lot of Blake's past interviews sort of like came back into the public eye and how badly she treats people. So Blake Lively's team thought that this was Justin Baldoni's camp, like doing all of this and putting all of this information out there. So she ended up suing him for sexual harassment and like defamation, like apparently like creating a smear campaign against her, effectively ruining her career. So when that happened, she not only she didn't actually file anything, she just put in a claim, which is basically like a right to sue. Like it's a precursor to a lawsuit. It wasn't filed initially. It wasn't filed. And it was also not made public either. So like when you have something filed like that, it's done anonymous. The only people that know are like the courts and you. But somehow this made it to the New York Times and they got a hold of this this claim and they made this huge hit piece against Justin Baldoni. And I think it came out like a day or something like after he was made aware of it or something like that. So then Justin Baldoni countersued. And when he countersued like he actually filed a lawsuit, whereas Blake Lively never filed one. You know, it was just sort of like a threat. So he actually filed a lawsuit, and he not only sued the New York Times and Blake Lively, he sued Ryan Reynolds. He sued a bunch of people actually. So it was him and Wayfair Studios, which is his production company. so like after all of this came out, like everybody was just completely, you know, canceling Justin Baldoni because Me Too and Believe All Women, and he lost out on projects, he lost out on awards, and he actually got awards stripped from him. So yeah, so people were like, this isn't right, like this doesn't seem right. So after he ended up suing, his lawyer Brian Friedman came out and said that, you know, Blake Lively, her husband, you know, the New York Times, everybody is lying, and we're going to expose the truth, because her lawsuit was filled with all of these accusations. And Justin Baldoni's team actually created a website that you can go to and view like the timeline of events that happened, and all of this information, and what actually happened if you're comparing the two lawsuits. After Justin Baldoni filed a lawsuit against Blake Lively, she finally actually like filed a lawsuit. Like she made it real now. It wasn't just a threat. She filed the lawsuit. But she made a bunch of claims in her lawsuit, like during a scene that was supposed to be like a montage scene. Nobody was supposed to be speaking. Justin Baldoni like ended up sniffing her and told her that she smells really good. Well, she didn't know this, but Justin Baldoni had his mic on, and he filmed all of the audio. So they actually put that video out there, and it completely makes her look like a liar. Because not only is she like berating Justin Baldoni, she's not following his direction. And she's making fun of him, and she's, you know, making fun of his appearance. And she's directing him in the scene. So there's a lot of things in her lawsuit that were complete lies, completely fabricated and debunked by his countersuit. And her lawyer tried to stop Brian Friedman from actually like exposing all of this information and putting all of this stuff out, you know, because they were like, it's making Blake Lively look bad, it's making her look like a liar, which she absolutely 100% is. Her story like kept changing depending on what was put out there by his side. When like if you have an experience, if you experience something, if you experience sexual harassment, sexual assault, or whatever, your story won't change. It'll remain the same. Her story ends up changing depending on what's out there and depending on the information, you know. So her story keeps changing, it keeps evolving, or it changes to something different. It's never consistent. So the whole thing with like Ryan Reynolds and Nice Pool, that character Nice Pool was created before the strikes happened, but then like when her and Justin Baldoni were sort of like fighting, I guess, I don't know, going through this drama, the look and even some of the lines of Nice Pool happened after that. So it is, and there are a lot of lines that he says that are taken from Justin Baldoni. So like the look of Nice Pool and some of his lines were taken like from like Justin Baldoni as a person and like how he lives his life, stuff like that. It's a lot of people were like, oh my gosh, that's reaching, you're reaching. But it was actually like in Ryan Reynolds's lawsuit, or was it? It wasn't a lawsuit. It was a request for something. What was it? Dismissal or something like that. He says that like you can't sue someone over hurt feelings. You know, he doesn't say that like I didn't do it, it's not based on you. He's actually admitting that yes, it is based on you, and you can't sue someone because we hurt your feelings. Which is so funny because this is the whole reason why Blake Lively is suing him. A huge part of her lawsuit is the fact that he called her fat, or he implied that she was fat, because there was a scene where she had just had a baby and she was like 4 months postpartum or something like that, and she was very worried about how she would look on camera, which is why all of her outfits look horrible. They're all like layered. It's like a bunch of layered clothing. So there's a scene where he has to lift her up, but like Justin Baldoni has some condition with his back. So he needs to like be careful with how much he lifts and how he lifts somebody. And he asked his trainer, or he asked a trainer or something, how much Blake Lively weighed. That way he can train. So that way he can train, so that way nobody gets hurt, so that way he doesn't get hurt, and you know, he doesn't lift her and like, you know, his back fails and he ends up dropping her, whatever. And and she took huge offense to that. Ryan Reynolds like got mad at him and said like, how dare you ask my wife how much she weighs? And it was this huge thing that happened.
Oh, jeez.
And so that scene ended up getting taken out of the movie. So yeah, so like the whole thing, that's why this whole thing happened.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So so then like the updates is that him suing the New York Times, that might actually get dismissed because the New York Times has like journalistic privilege, and their arguments with the New York Times it's the weaker of all of his cases because they have journalistic privilege. The New York Times has been sued so many times and they are always dismissed. That it always gets dismissed. So there's a huge chance that his lawsuit against the New York Times is going to be dropped. He's not going to win that one. As much as we would like him to win, he is not going to win that one. There are a lot of people who are following this case who's actually like helping his lawyer in like finding information and stuff. There was stuff that a bunch of TikTokers found as far as like metadata on the New York Times website and their images and the dates of the images that Brian Freeman actually saw and put into the lawsuit, which is crazy. But his lawsuits against Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, right now, it's supposed to be moving into discovery. So like right now, what Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively have done is they've actually like they've done a few things. So Blake Lively has had petitioned that she not be deposed by Brian Friedman because she doesn't like the way Brian Friedman has been talking about her on like different podcasts and with different news outlets. So she doesn't want to be deposed by Brian Friedman. And the judge completely struck that down. He's like, sorry, this is a court case. You don't get to choose who deposes you. Okay. Not only that, but she's also tried to get access to their phone records that date back to like 2 years. Not just Justin Baldoni's, but his two PR managers, his partner, what is his name? Jamie Heath, and also his Wayfair Studios like billionaire backer, Steve Surowitz, I think that's his name. She wanted 2 years of their phone records. And the judge said, no, you can't have none of their phone records for 2 years back because like your lawsuit says that like all of this takes place from I think like from August on. So why are you requesting 2 years of phone records? So like the judge completely struck that down. He's like, you can't have any of theirs, but you can have associates, right? Like third party associates. So they're trying to get the third party associates not 2 years, but I think he's like a few months or whatever. So they're petitioning to get their phone records. They're also, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are also petitioning to not allow Justin Baldoni's lawyer or like anybody on their side to see any of their phone records. So it's like, we want to see yours, but you can't see ours.
It's the hours.
Yeah, they're petitioning their phone records be attorney's eyes only, which is an extreme measure that is only allowed in like very particular cases. The judge says that like marketing secrets and stuff, because they're petitioning for their PR reps' phone records as well. But the judge is kind of leaning on no. It's like only certain things they can get from their side, but they don't want to show them any of it. They don't want to show them any of it. And they're blaming like medical records, trade secrets. They're way too elite of celebrity couples that what if they see conversations between me and all of my celebrity friends and all of that gets leaked out there? Like, we don't want any of that. We're too high of a celebrity couple to give you access to any information regarding anything. So so it's coming off very elitist, and Brian Freeman has said as much that like, dude, you can't like start this whole lawsuit and say like we're too famous for you to get any information from us. Like, yeah, so it's coming off really, really bad. And so now Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, they've both filed for dismissal. They've both filed for dismissal. And their lawsuits, if you read them, or their claim or their filings, if you read them, they're incredibly aggressive. Like they are so aggressive towards Justin Baldoni. They take like his podcast, and he's written a book or something like that. They take a lot of his words and they flip it and use it against him. The verbiage is crazy. In these two things, that they're trying to make themselves appear like victims and sympathetic people, in order to gain sympathy, while also completely tarnishing this man and using like disparaging language against this guy. Like they're trying to gain public sympathy, but also like coming across as dicks, as fucking assholes in these dismissals. But like these dismissals are being put through, or attempted to be put through, because in this lawsuit we've sort of reached the phase of discovery, and they're trying to stall discovery for as long as possible. Like they do not want to give access to anything, because this lawsuit is bullshit. Like it is total bullshit. And not only that, but they've filed, I think Blake Lively filed it in California, where none of this takes place. Everything happened in New York. She actually, I believe her initial filing was in New York. So now she's trying to, California has laws that came up, or that were put in place after the Me Too movement. Okay, so she's trying to file this in California in order to take advantage of those laws. Because if she's able to take advantage of those laws, then Justin Baldoni's lawsuit will get thrown out, because you're not allowed to countersue somebody if they've made sexual harassment allegations against you in the state of California. Yeah, so she's trying to use those laws in California to in order to take advantage of this case and like get it thrown out, because it's looking really, really bad for her. It's looking like she's lying. Yeah, so she's trying to abuse the court system in California in order to sort of like take advantage of those Me Too laws, so that way nothing happens to her.
That's wild, man.
Yeah, because if Discovery ends up like coming out, then everybody is thinking that she's going to look horrible, because they're actually going to see like the plan that she had. Like, well, I can just sue him. I could just pretend like he sexually assaulted, or that she sexually harassed me or whatever. So yeah, she's trying to abuse that system, and a lot of people don't like that, because she's making, I guess there's a huge conversation happening like on TikTok and stuff, and even here on Twitter, about how Blake Lively is well, I mean, we're already like we're already post Me Too, like nobody takes it seriously anymore, but to the people who do take it seriously still, Blake Lively is completely ruining it now. Like worse than Amber Heard did. Blake Lively is ruining it now, because it already has like this really bad look in the public, and she's trying to like take advantage of it, and it's looking bad. So like if there are real victims out there, especially and in California, it's she could potentially damage a lot of like the work that they did or whatever. It's that type of a conversation.
California law sucks. Don't move here, chat. It's awful. But that's a lot. Like that's a lot of information. That it's like I didn't know it went that deep and that crazy. Like for me, I just thought that he was like a male feminist that did a bunch of these stuff, like tried to like cater towards her. I didn't like, for me, like I never really like Blake Lively. Like anyways,
I never knew who she was at all until this recent incident. Like it blew up. I didn't even know her husband was Ryan Reynolds and shit like that. There were a lot of people that didn't know about it.
I think that like I've always kind of viewed this as like Blake Lively is done having Ryan Reynolds' kids, and now she wants to leave her imprint on Hollywood, kind of like her husband Ryan has, right, with Deadpool, and he has all of these like huge companies, and he's sort of made his stamp on Hollywood, right? People know that he is a force to be reckoned with, right? She wants her own type of thing too. And she saw, what is her name? Colleen Hoover, who's the author of the book that this movie was based on. She saw how popular her books were, and she wanted to take advantage of that because a lot of Colleen Hoover's, I think like this movie already came out, and I think like she has 2 or 3 other movies based on her books that are in pre-production right now. I think it's like 2.
So she's like the female Nicholas Sparks.
I don't know. Oh, The Notebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. But like it's more of she got famous on Book Talk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. I've never read any of her books. I didn't even watch It Ends With Us. I just kind of know what it's about. Yeah, I didn't even watch this movie. I just kind of know what the movie is about.
I wonder
Through the drama.
Is she still okay with work? Is Hoover still okay working with Lively after everything went down with It Ends With Us?
Who?
The author of It Ends, because like you mentioned, like she has other books that Lively is working with her.
So I think that they had some sort of deal, honestly, because when the production of It Ends With Us, this is like something that I tried to give you like the gist of all the legal stuff, but the whole drama with It Ends With Us was that like Blake Lively sort of took over production. She wanted to make her own cut of the movie. So like, and she did. She sort of she fired all of Justin's crew, hired her own. She hired like the composer from Deadpool and Wolverine, the editor from Deadpool and Wolverine. Who else did she hire? She hired a bunch of like her husband's people, right?
Why?
And she made her own cut of the movie, and she would actually threaten to, not promote the movie, and they really needed her to promote the movie. Like she is the star of the movie. So she was threatening to like not promote the movie, or to quit the movie altogether if she wasn't able to make her own cut of the film. And Sony said like, okay, well, we'll let you make your cut, but like now they're left with this decision. We have Justin Baldoni's cut and we have Blake Lively's cut. Which one do we put in theaters? So they tested both cuts with audiences, and Blake Lively agreed that if Justin Baldoni's cut won, they'll put out his cut, and that's it. That's the end, right? You promote the movie or whatever. Well, Justin's won, but she got upset that Justin's won. So she not only threatened to boycott the red carpet, but she got the author to boycott the red carpet as well if her cut wasn't put out there. Her and the author went to this thing called Book Bonanza, and they took her cut of the film and they told everybody in attendance, this is the cut that's going to come out. And she ended up showing her cut to everybody that came out to Book Bonanza. So they were sort of put in this position of, okay, well, now we have to put out Blake's film. And
this is like high school shit, man.
Yeah, it really is. Not only that, but like on the red carpet, she said, I don't want Justin there, because she had him removed from all of the imagery of the film, and it was just her put on all of the imagery. She had his name, like a film by, like the director credit, that was removed.
Wow.
So she basically said like, this is my movie, I don't want Justin there. But Justin and his studio, like they were like, we paid for this. We paid for this movie, so we're going to be there. We're going. So he was only allowed to go when no one else was there. So he walked the red carpet by himself with like his friends and family. And as soon as they got the word that Blake Lively was on her way, he had to get rushed off of the red carpet, and they stuck him and his family in the basement of the, they stuck him in the basement. Yeah. And what's really sad is that like, and they also like paid for the after party for like Blake Lively and all them to attend. And so that he wasn't allowed there. So he had to pay for another one, for him and his friends and families to go and hang out with, or to go and hang out at. And what's really sad is that like Justin invited this one fan that found him and like really loved all of his work on TikTok, and she had a fatal illness. I think she had cancer. And so she was battling cancer, and he had been following her journey, and he was just like, you know what, you're going to be my special guest on the red carpet. So, she was in a wheelchair, and he brought her, and this was like one of the last things that she got to experience before she died. And so I'm just like, yeah, she's she got put down in the basement with him. Like Blake Lively put this dying woman down in the basement.
Crap.
Like she's that much of a bitch, of a petty person. And it's just really telling that like that was his special guest that he brought.
Mhm.
Her special guest was Hugh Jackman and her other friend that she brought. Like, yeah, it was so dumb. It's so sad. And like he posted like this really nice tribute to this lady who died.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty sad.
Blake was an awful person. Holy crap.
Yeah.
I didn't know about the whole red carpet situation. Like that one, it was like completely new. But like, holy crap, man. It's like as if her life wasn't bad enough, she had to go watch a Blake Lively film.
Yeah. A film by Blake Lively.
Oh man.
I'm almost done with my noodles.
Oh, she's awful. Oh, but yeah, like Steph posted a video on Twitter where Blake says the quiet part out loud and admits to lying about taking over creative control. Jeez. Yeah, like here's the thing. It's like she's not like she's pretty, but she's not in terms of where she's like, and she doesn't have the power. I guess that I guess you say the stage presence to she's not like a legendary actor or something like that. Like she's in a lot of smaller movies. It's like, why does she have so much like? I think it's just her husband. I think Ryan Reynolds.
She's Ryan Reynolds' wife. Yeah, I think that like this was her moment to be more than Ryan Reynolds' wife. I feel like she wanted to start some sort of production company that put out movies like Colleen Hoover's. I think that was her end goal, was to get the rights back from Justin Baldoni, because Justin Baldoni, there's two books. There's It Ends With Us and It Starts With Us. So there's supposed to be a sequel to this movie. And they were even talking about the sequel on the red carpet, and he's just like, I don't know if we're gonna do it. They're definitely not gonna do it, right?
No, absolutely not now.
But Justin Baldoni owns the movie rights to both of those films, and there's a morality clause in his contract with Colleen Hoover where she can have the rights back if anything happened like on the set of It Ends With Us or something like that. So a lot of people are presuming that is why Blake Lively sued him for sexual harassment, because if she wins that case, those rights fall back to Colleen Hoover. So now Colleen Hoover has the movie rights, and she's friends with Blake Lively. So guess what? Blake Lively gets to do the second film, and they can just recast Justin Baldoni's character.
Yeah, that's true. She thinks she's the Gossip Girl in real life. Yep. 100%. Oh, but
I think she also used to be good friends with Taylor Swift, but I think she got involved also in this legal case, so now they're not good friends anymore. I think.
No, you don't see them together anymore.
Isn't there like beef between like her and Anna Kendrick as well?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, she's fighting everybody.
I feel like she has beef on every movie set that she's on.
Yeah, she seems like an awful person.
Yeah. I don't know too much about that. Like because I don't really know that much about. Oh my God, my dog started barking and freaking scared the shit out of me. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't really know a lot about Blake Lively aside from like all of this stuff that's been coming out, because I think I've only ever seen A Simple Favor. I never watched Gossip Girl, or I don't even know what else she's been in.
Did you watch Green Lantern?
Oh yeah.
I did see Green Lantern. I forgot she was on there. That's how they met. That's how
they met. Yeah.
That's right. I thought that was a smoke detector. No, those were my dogs. I don't know.
Sounds like ghosts.
No, because nobody's here. So I'm like, what are they barking at? They're probably barking at me. They're like, get out of your room. The other day, I walked out. I put it on Twitter. The other day, I walked out of my room and I looked down the hallway, and my dog Harley was just sitting there, like in the hallway, like in the dark. He's just sitting there in the hall. I'm like,
that's creepy.
I was like, what are you doing?
Oh, man.
And then someone said that he was probably like, I can't remember who said it on Twitter, but someone was like, you have a ghost, because he's just sitting there probably talking or staring at a ghost. I was like, no way.
That's scary. Yeah. But what's it called again? Let's go and read this read a couple of super chats, and then and I thank you so much. I know that we have you for like an hour and a half, and you stay a little bit past that. Thank you. Let's see. Melodic Method, thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships. Holy crap, man. Thank you. Thank you so much for that, Melodic Method. Shout out, man. Hollow Ninja with the 2. Silent Hill F still has all the Wookiees triggered. Yep. Game's too scary. Too scary. Especially when the girl's face started peeling off at the end of the trailer. Very spoopy. But yo, thank you so much for that. And Ghost Crusaders TV with the 4.99 said, I'm late. I heard Ryan is more involved in all of this drama than is being reported. Did you talk about any of that already? Sorry.
No, I didn't talk about any of that actually. But yes, he is very much involved in as much as Blake Lively is. Yeah. He helped his wife like try and take over this set. And I'm sure that he helped her get you know, all of the editors and the composer, they're all from Deadpool and Wolverine. He wrote a scene unbeknownst to like the script writer and Justin Baldoni. Like they found out during interviews that Ryan Reynolds like wrote scenes for It Ends With Us. And they didn't even know that. Blake Lively admitted that on the red carpet, but like apparently he wrote the scenes during the writer's strike, and you're not supposed to do that. A lot of people are like,
you're not supposed to be writing.
Yeah, some people are like, does that mean he's a scab? Like, So yeah, but he did that, and he did a whole lot of other things. But yeah, he's very much involved, which is why Justin Baldoni sued him.
That's like I feel bad for the guy. But yo, thank you so much, Ghost Crusader TV, for the super chat. Thank you. All right, Steph, thank you so much for joining us. I know that you know, like you stayed past, and I know that you have an early you'll be gaming with this brew tomorrow, right?
I do. Yeah.
All right, so
thank you so much. We're doing more split fiction. Oh gosh.
Is that game good?
Is it good?
Oh, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Did you see that? I posted a video. Hold on, let me find it.
Yeah, bring it up.
Me and him playing it.
She'll be driving.
Oh God, I hope not. Let me find it. Yeah, I edited. I put together a. Oh, here's a video. Here, I'll put it in the press.
Yeah, I will bring it up.
I can't listen. I can't drive in video games at all. Like as hard as I try, I cannot do it. I can't drive. I can't fly. Not even in children's games. Like I will play the Lego games, and I can't do it. I can't fly. I was playing Hogwarts Legacy. I will rarely be on my broom because I can't fly.
You just walk instead.
I'm just walking, you know? Yeah, I'm just walking. Every now and then I'll get on my broom. But I can't fly. Like I have no sense of direction. So I'm constantly crashing or getting lost or something. I can't do it.
Oh, all right. So here's a video. Here we go.
You take the wheel. I'll ride shotgun.
Oh,
Ryan
no.
is not going to lower my
No, you're driving.
Just drive.
We're doomed to this group.
She should have known better than to make a woman drive.
Oh God.
Okay, hang on. I need to get a drink because I have a feeling this is going to take a while. Okay, are you ready?
Okay, I am.
Okay. Quick instructions, please. It's an automatic, so we just floor it.
We just drove into a wall. Yeah, all the controls are reversed. Oh no! You've overshot it. Oh no! Oh God! I thought we were dead.
Oh no!
Oh, that's it. You didn't even have to move, though.
It gets worse.
There's a wall!
Oh no!
Did you crash into the floor? The furthest you've ever been. Oh God, that was a civilian.
Oh man!
Oh, it's a wall!
Ow!
It's a wall! It's the same wall! Look, at least we've got a checkpoint, right? They're like, there's no way she's going to do this. You've got a different route!
Wait.
Did you go back in the middle? You didn't have to adjust your height! I was clearing things!
Oh my! Oh my God! 5 minutes of
Oh
crashing.
God, we're smashing into the wall.
It's 5 minutes of crashing.
woman
It
drivers.
gets
as well.
worse.
That's a wall! You didn't
Oh,
even try and
man.
change direction. You didn't even try and go.
I'll clear him.
Oh my god.
That's a different route. There's an entire
Wait.
different route.
Stay on the road.
Wait, up.
How long were you stuck here for?
I think we were stuck there for like 30 or 40 minutes. Yeah. It was really bad.
That's
I
That's
was so
crazy.
stressed out.
all right, chat. We're halfway there, right? We're halfway there. Just that there's a little bit more.
I don't know why you keep going down there. There's just a wall.
Oh, wait, down. Oh my god.
Oh my god, what are you doing?
Oh. Oh. Oh, I made it. I made it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, just go for the middle. There's a big space in the middle.
I got it. Oh.
You didn't. You're nowhere near the middle.
I did not sign up for this. The gates are closing. Step on it.
Oh, we got a checkpoint. Why did you go up in the scenario? Down. Oh my god, this is why they put a checkpoint in front of the door. It's for you. You don't have to swerve or just go down.
Okay, that's 5 times.
That's up again.
Ah, don't scratch my face.
That's a roof.
Gates are closing. Step on it.
That's up again.
Step on it.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
never mind.
down. But I hate this.
Ah, don't scratch my
Yeah,
face.
now down. Not that high up. No point in shooting these cops because you never get through the pissing door.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's a wall. That's up. Go down.
That's a lot.
Literally the same spot over and over again.
I don't know. Like it's it's in the same place every single pissing game. How up? Not the roof. Not the roof. Up. Down. Comment about why
Oh my
you didn't build the
God.
controls and said they just wrote it that way. I think they said that in the game. Up, down, not down. Up,
So
up
bad.
when you're at the level out. There's never any need to be down there. It's still up. Down, down, down.
Oh, wait. Whoa. Hold on. Hold.
Oh, I can't do this.
I did it. I made it through. God, more.
Wait, there's more?
driving.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Stay in the tube. Stay in the tube.
No. No.
Yeah, you only have to stay in the tube. Probably have to cross it up sooner than that.
Impressive, right?
Oh my god.
X marks the spot. Just rams into the X.
No, get in the tube.
Just I'm looking behind you all the time to try out. And then they get the one that goes to the left. So the only one that crosses you. It's the only one you can go.
I feel bad for Sisper. Can't do anything. Sisper can't do anything. He's watching you try.
I know he can't do anything. That's just so frustrating for me.
Right.
You're telling me that now. Yeah, sorry.
Oh,
Straight
wait.
ahead. Straight ahead.
There it is. There it is.
Jump.
Wait. Oh. We did it.
Oh, thank God we're done.
Yeah, that was mean making you drive.
Thank God we're done. I hated that whole time. I
Have
hated
you
that
ever
whole
wondered? Well, whenever you have time, feel free to help me out.
I'm like, I'm crying
Especially all this
because I'm so
action.
stressed.
Oh, yeah.
It's really fun.
I'm crying right now. Yeah, I started crying at the end because I was so stressed out.
Well,
No serious soul searching, right?
You made it.
Right now.
You made it.
Just gonna be a
40
fun
minutes later, You
game.
made it.
Just do the countdown already.
Everything, it's all fun and games till the woman has to get behind the wheel of a car.
1, 2.
Oh, that was so good. I sort of want to play the game now. It looks really fun. So chat, subscribe to My Nerdy Home, and you'll get to see more of that tomorrow.
Yep.
So Steph,
I
what
put together
are you
another
doing?
video. I'll probably post it on Twitter tomorrow before we go live. It's a funnier one. Well, it's not
All right.
funnier, but it's a funny part of the game.
So where can people find you? What are you up to?
Well, I'm gonna edit my Snow White video right now, so that'll go up later on tonight over on my channel, My Nerdy Home. and on Twitter and Instagram.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on. Really appreciate it. I know that like you stayed on a lot longer than you said you were, and sorry for taking so much of your time. I'm just very nosy, and I wanted to hear the gossip about like the whole Justin Baldoni thing. I have no idea what's going on.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I feel like something comes out practically every single day about that. Even I can't keep up sometimes. So yeah, it's practically every day something new comes out from that. So I can't keep up with it on my YouTube channel. I've now resorted to making like videos about multiple things in that case instead of like one video focusing on a lawsuit, because there's so much crap coming out. So
let's see. She can stay on longer. I've seen her on Yellow Flash until 1 a.m. But the thing is that she has to edit. She needs to edit her video.
I'm not going on Flashcast today because I'm gonna edit my video. I want to get it out. I should have done it yesterday. Actually, you know, I did film, or I started to film my review yesterday, but I got so bored talking about the movie that I went to sleep instead. I literally have like 3 separate videos from last night of me trying to talk about this movie and break it down, and I got so bored talking about it. I was just like, fuck it, I'll do it tomorrow. Yeah. Otherwise the video would have come out today and I could have stayed longer, but like, yeah, I quit. It was so boring. I was boring myself.
Yeah. But thank you so much for coming on. Really appreciate it. We definitely want to have you back in future. But yes, I'll probably next time I'll see you, it will be in Vegas, like 2 weeks from like 2-3 weeks from now. I'll finally be able to give you your shirts.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Where's my only
They're literally just sitting there.
Oh, okay. You better bring it.
I'll bring it this time. I was supposed to. Okay, I ordered it right before, like maybe like a month before the Texas thing, and then it didn't come in until after. So I'm like, okay, and I'm like, I was like, what's her PO box again? And you sent it to me like 4 times already. All right, but yes, I will give you your 2 shirts when I see you on it's like in like. I think it's in like 3 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, it's coming up pretty quick.
Soon.
All right. Yes, everyone go ahead and follow My Nerdy Home on YouTube and on Twitter. And thank you so much, Steph, for coming on. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And thank you so much again. Hopefully we can get you back in the future.
Perfect time because I finished my noodles, my cup of
There
noodles.
it is. Yes, represent. Stop that.
I'm very sorry that I used a fork and not chopsticks.
Don't worry. I
use a fork.
I use a fork. There's a time when I went to go eat pho with 2 of my Mexican friends. I was the only one who used the fork, and they both looked at me and he said, "What kind of Asian are you?" And they got mad. It was great.
My chopsticks are actually dirty, so I use them to eat pickles. I'll like get my pickle jar.
That's fancy.
I use chopsticks to take the pickles out.
That's fancy.
I don't get my fingers dirty.
The little tiny ones?
They're little tiny ones. Yeah, I like the
Those are the
they're
Chinese
called like
pickles.
they're called like cornichones or something like that. Cornichons. I don't know. Yeah, I use it because they're tiny pickles, so I use the chopsticks to take them out.
Yes. And I have been practicing. So next week when we play Mario Kart, I won't be muted, and I'll hopefully be better.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Steph, for coming on.
Yeah. Bye.
Yeah, go follow Steph, My Nerdy Home. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, chat. There it is. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Yes, go ahead and check out My Nerdy Home. She's awesome. Love having her on. And go ahead and check her out on X. She's also on Instagram, and she also has her own channel. So go ahead and check that out. And she's gonna be playing some video games tomorrow with this brew. All right. Let's go and talk about Assassin's Creed Shadows. Grae, are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready? Are you going to play the game?
No, someone has to buy me a copy.
Someone has to buy you a copy. Isn't it $70?
Yeah, I got Xenoblade Chronicles X, and I also got Astro Chain. So, yeah, no room for Shadows, at least not yet.
All right. So let's go and talk about this right over here. Let's see. Assassin's Creed Shadows crosses 1 million players on launch day, Ubisoft says. The thing is, it's 1 million players.
Players, exactly.
Right? Not 1 million sold.
Yeah.
right? So that's not a lot. Okay, let's actually check out the Steam DB. Of course, this is, it doesn't
Yeah,
show like everybody playing, on console or everything, but this is a good indicator of what's going on, right? Go ahead, Grae. I believe I interrupted
Yeah,
you.
I was gonna I checked Steam DB this morning. I'm pretty sure it's still the same. It peaked at 60K. And you know it's bad if it's even worse than Veilguard. And we all know what happened to that game when they tried to shill it in the first few weeks and then it ended up failing. Yeah, 60K. There we go.
Yeah, so it's about 60K and current players right now are 42. This game is I heard it's not awful, but it's not good.
Yeah, I've seen some people play it. But when I look at it, it's like it's not the worst game in the world, but it's the kind of game like I just shut my brain and just chill, and you don't take it that seriously, which is not what you want for such a flagship and high budget game. That's what I feel. It's like if it's like a B tier, like a not that expensive game, then I suppose that kind of impression is fine. But you spent like how much? 350 million just to produce this game. You're gonna need to sell a lot of copies. It like just being okay is not good enough. So like if we take out all the stuff that like offending Japan, Yasuke as the lead and as a samurai, I think it's okay. It looks okay for me. But then it needs to be really, really good if you want to make up the money you spent on this, which is not. So yeah, should be an interesting next few weeks for the game.
And the fact that it's a Saturday, it's a weekend, the first weekend of this game, and it's only gonna hit 60. To be honest, I don't think it's gonna peak higher than this. I think it's gonna stay. I don't think it's gonna crack 100.
Yeah, I don't. If Veilguard failed to do that and it reached 89, right? 89K. What's the chance of this one? It's like because like every AAA blockbuster game, right? It's reliant on the first 2 weeks. So if you did not crack it during those first 2 weeks, you're not gonna crack it in 2 months from now, 3 months from now. And it's like we've seen the Assassin's Creed X page giving away keys just so they can inflate their numbers. Oh, we got 1 million plays. Yeah, it's because you're giving away keys in public. Yeah.
All right. But the thing is that they've been trying to like grease the wheels. Like, hey, our game has done and surpassed 1 million players. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts joining the adventure. In Future Japan, we are beyond excited to start this journey with you. And if you scroll down just a little bit, they giving out codes. They're trying to basically grease the wheels and like, hey, actually, maybe it's 1,000,003. Right? So how do you feel about this, man? Like, it's sort of weird.
It's for me, it's insane. Like, imagine like your AAA game at launch, and then you're giving them away for free. Like, that's next level. That's even worse than Veilguard being on PSN for free. At least Veilguard waited for a couple of months before they did that shit. This one, they're giving it on launch day. It's incredibly desperate. Like, that's the worst thing you can do whenever it's like, why would you give away games at the height of it making the max profitability? For me, that just reeks of desperation for you to be giving it away during that time. Do you recall any other AAA game that does this in history? I think this is the first time I've ever
seen. It's like, hey, here's 3 free copies. It's like, what? Like, why are you giving the game $70? Like, you really, really want to flub your numbers, right? But the thing is, like, we got to talk about this though.
What is? Okay, I haven't been.
Turn up your audio. This is probably the best delivered voice line in the entire game.
Resentment can grow quietly without much warning after a storm. Mushrooms can too. Shiitake?
Mushrooms. The smell of...
Man, that's how lazy can you get? I think like AI voice acting will be way better.
I was gonna say did they just type that in 11 Labs or something?
I don't know. This is so bad. Now here's the thing. I've been watching Asmongold play it whenever he goes live, from whenever I can watch it, right? The gameplay looks sluggish, And this is before you unlock Yasuke, and I believe Yasuke unlocks like 50% or 60% into the game.
Yeah, it's like I watched Griffin Gaming, so like while working, it's like I put like in the secondary monitor, like he's in the game for several hours already. I haven't seen Yasuke in this game. He's still playing Grae. It's like, man, okay, you're really trying to put Yasuke under the rug, huh?
Yeah.
And to think that in launch they really showed him prominently. Wonder why.
Yeah. So and the thing is, I believe after about like 65% into the game, you can actually just like play the rest of the game as him, unless they're like character specific missions. And it's like the game gets a lot better, but it's just like it still doesn't really like. I heard the gameplay gets better because like Yasuke is so fucking big. He just goes and bulldoze everyone over, right? So you don't have to use Naoe as much because she's like stealthy and it's sort of I guess you would say boring. And the character story looks really bad. Like the only thing that I can see, and I agree with Asmongold here, is the environment looks pretty good. From like, especially when you go do that evil eye field, you see that?
Yeah, even like just like running around, like it's very detailed for sure. But the world's just, for me, I'm kind of sick about that open world dynamic where you don't do shit, you just run around. I don't want to play those kinds of games anymore, to be honest. But yeah, it's just full of bloat, and you can see why the budget ballooned is because they focused on that. Oh, look at this beautiful big open world with graphics, but it's not fun to play. That's what these devs keep forgetting. It's like it has to be fun to play. I really hate the part in gaming where like they're so fixated on graphics. We should really stop with it, because like bigger graphics means it's gonna be more expensive. You're gonna need more people, and it becomes unsustainable. Which is why the Western games industry's work. It is where it is. You guys are too focused on the graphics, man. It's like even on Fable, the latest trailer, it's like I don't approve with people saying, "Oh, it looks so good." Yeah, but it plays like shit. It looks like it's not gonna be fun to play.
Yeah. See right over here. Giggity says Mushroom Lady is eating her own supply of shrooms.
Yeah.
So, and here's the thing: this is like this game has so much bloat. So much bloat that the credits is 2 hours.
Yeah, that's what Cavitenio said earlier in the chat. Oh, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, Stuttering Craig posted up a video like a day or two ago of the entire credits, and it's about 2 hours, and it's a lot. Like this game has so much bloat in it that's not needed, right? But I know there's actually a way for this game to do really well. I would say if this game would probably have 1 million players playing it right now if the game looked like this.
Yeah. Yeah, but I still
you see how big her boobs are?
Oh, I didn't even see that.
You gotta look at the boobs, Matt. How can you miss those?
I was looking at the number.
No, how can you miss the flotation devices? They're so big. How can you miss that?
I looked at the number, and then I looked at Yasuke's face, and then when you said the boobs,
you can look at the boobs. All right. So we all know there's two things about Grae. He's either gay or he's an ass guy. All right. So, but we all know that's not true. The reason why Grae didn't even look at the girl because her face is covering her teeth.
That's true.
Yeah. So if this game had these main characters in it, I'm gonna zoom in more, chat. Zoom in more. There. If this game was like this, you will get 1.5 million players playing this game right now. But yeah. He couldn't even see her teeth. Yep, true. Nah, Grae is a teeth guy. Yep, true. Gay for that ass. But yeah, I would say this game it's bad, right? It has an 8 out of 10 from IGN. And the thing is, I believe Carnage stopped playing the game. He couldn't even finish it.
Oh, really? Okay, that says a lot. If Carnage stopped, because like
I'm done.
I see.
It's not for me.
Yeah, because I see. For me, Carnage is generally a nice guy when it comes to reviewing games. So if you got that guy to stop playing, that says something. That says something about your game. Yeah.
Yeah. But yes, I would play the shit out of the game if Naoe looks like that.
Wait for the mods.
Yep.
If they're not out already.
But yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about this one right over here. But before that, let's go ahead and read some super chats to see. Mitchell Fields says, "Holy shit!" with the 2. Thank you, Mitchell Fields. This is when Stephanie was driving that car.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Mitchell Fields with the 2. Hollow Ninja with a 5. Thank you so much again, man. Watching you guys while playing Dynasty Warrior Origins, very fun and cool project. Recommend it for anyone new into action games. I want a Phantom Blade Zero.
Yeah, I made a video of Dynasty Warriors in my second channel. So yeah, I had a good time with Dynasty Warriors for sure.
Yeah. The game looks pretty fun. Let's see. Mitchell Fields with a 5. Okay, people shouldn't drink and drive, but Steph, it may help. Yeah, maybe she'll get better. Okay, now here's the thing. I hope it's just her driving in the game and not real life.
Yeah, of course.
That's the thing. All right. Yeah. That's the thing. All right. See. Let's go and talk about this right over here. I think this one's pretty. This one's pretty wild. So Grae, you know that what's it called again? Netflix likes blackwashing people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of the reverse Uno card?
Did they make someone white?
Yep. All right. This comes to us from cf.org. Netflix rewrites reality. Black killer race swapped to white.
Oh, okay.
So how do you feel about this?
Man.
How do you feel about this? Okay,
it's not surprising that they're not gonna do it for like the protagonist. Of course, they're gonna do it for the antagonist. And I wonder how people are reacting here on social media. But yeah, not surprising given it's Netflix.
So the thing is that if you don't know, this is, I believe, is set in British or London, like a UK area. And the thing is, there's a lot of illegal migrants and like people that are coming in and like killing people with knives and stuff like that. And a lot of them are darker in complexion, right? And the thing is, you cannot say their race in the newspaper because it's actually racist, and it makes these illegal immigrants and settlers and murderers look really bad because the optics is all that matters. Who cares about the people who are dying, right? So what happens is that they want to be less racist. So they want to make sure that people don't see these people from terrible shithole countries and stuff like that have terrible people that come into the country, killing people and destroying their way of living. I believe there's a lot of settlers right now in UK that are not white, right? It's like the culture is completely changing. And to make sure that it's okay moving forward, I'm not sure how long this has been in production, but the thing is they want to make it look less racist. That's the reason why.
But you kind of are. It's just that it's white people.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and read this right up here. Conservatives on social media accused Stephen Graham and Jack Thorne, the creators of the hit Netflix show Adolescence, of promoting white hate. Irish political commentator Keith Woods shared a photo of the show's young star Owen Cooper, who plays 13-year-old Jamie Miller, side by side with a photo of Hassan Sentamu, the 17-year-old who fatally stabbed a teen girl at a bus in London in 2023. The show's creators previously shared that the premise involving a teen boy accused of murdering his classmate is not based on a single incident. Instead, it reflects the growing number of knife attacks across the UK. So if you don't know, the rise in knife violence in the past in the past several years has gone up by 800%.
Holy shit! 800%.
When I first heard it, it was about 300%. Right? London, you are not allowed to own guns.
Yeah.
Right. You're not allowed to own guns. So how do people go around and kill people? With knives. Remember, Idris Elba said, we got to confiscate all pointy things.
Yep.
Right. So here's right over here, Center for Immigration Control, Afghanistan, #1. Right. In England and Wales, sexual offenses per 1,000. 10,000, right? So it looks like Afghanistan. All of these does not sound like UK. Burma, that shit's a shithole. If you guys didn't know, several years ago, there was this girl who was doing a TikTok dance trying to go viral in front of the Capitol, and then it was literally a government overthrow happened right behind her, which was crazy. Which is why it was during COVID, and she was like dancing in front of the Capitol, and then like you actually see like a military coup take over of the government. Holy shit! Like I asked my dad that, right, because he grew up, he was born and raised in Burma. He grew up in Burma, yeah. So I asked him, like, what's happening? He's like, but that's why I don't go back to Burma. Yeah, it's crazy. So Congo, Albania, Angola, Somalia, Iraq, Algeria, Tanzania, Morocco, Guinea, Honduras, Gambia, Iran, and then UK is all the way at the bottom, right over there, super tiny, right over there. But yeah, man. However, Woods and other social media users suggested that the creators intentionally cast a white actor to play the role of a teen on whom they believe this entire story is based. This is how Netflix portrays a 13-year-old knife murderer in the UK. Second images is the person who was based off of Woods wrote, which is right over here. Many users agreed with Woods, with one calling the end of the white hate. Why is this character white? I mean, I know, but seriously, stop the white hate. The thing is, remember, it's okay to hate white people, and it's okay to hate Christians and Catholics. It's been like this for a very long time, and that's why it's okay to make fun of them. It's okay to call them names, and it's okay to make fun of Jesus and the Christianity religion. It's because they normalized it, right? Imagine making fun of any other race, any other religion. That's not going to fly in Hollywood.
Yeah,
yeah, man.
And Neil Druckmann's even making a game dedicated to that, right? Intergalactic. Yeah.
Well, they say it's based off of a religion, so who knows, right?
Yeah.
Others labeled the show an attempt to rewrite history. Once you understand the manipulation you see in every movie or television show, in every character and storyline. Yeah, especially like something like Snow White, right? Basically, all the the bad people, and then all the good people are people of color. If you actually go into the city, there's actually 2 Asians in Snow White. One of the guards is Asian, and one old lady in the back at the end that's a rebel is an Asian.
Yeah, good thing you guys even noticed. I didn't even bother.
Yeah.
Wait, they're
man.
in the movie?
You see, they're trying to brainwash you into believing a world that doesn't exist. It's meant to change perceptions, and it's heavily funded for a reason. It's basically, it is brainwashing, right? It's because if you tell a lie so many times over and over again, it becomes the truth, right? You believe the lie so much, it becomes the truth. And see here, another one, say more propaganda to hide the truth and the disaster that is currently ongoing in Europe. In all of Europe, not just UK, but I believe someone mentioned in Ireland too, right? There's a lot of crazy shit, man. Like I remember my wife said that, we let's go visit France. I'm like, not anytime soon.
Yeah, I hear like Europe is a disaster right now in terms of governance. So it's like before I used to like think, okay, I want to go to Europe someday, but okay, not now, not now.
Yeah, and remember, guys, all right, and if you guys don't know, Smooth the DJ, he lives in Germany. If you post a meme online making fun of politicians, you will get arrested.
Get arrested. Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. Let's see. Adolescence reached 24.3 million views in the 4 days following its release, launching it into the top of the streamer's weekly charts. As of Thursday, the show has a 98% rating on Damn, that's really good. The show has been called powerful and brilliantly written in the reviews by The Guardian and Variety. So yeah, this is wild, man. It's like, remember Cleopatra?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, Cleopatra is black all the time. Hey, my grandmother said she was black, then she's black. And they will only change the narrative if it suits them. This is what wokeness is. Okay? Wokeness is basically an ideology that changes whenever it suits their needs. Right? Elon Musk was a good guy. I love Tesla. Oh, Elon Musk is the bad guy. I hate Tesla. Right? That kind of stuff, right? They don't have a moral, they don't have principles on how they think. It's whatever whatever the wind blows or whatever floats their boat is whatever they think. It's basically it's just people coming together thinking that this is right. Actually, this is wrong. Like same thing with like J.K. Rowling, right? They love her and now they hate her. It's so crazy, man. Same thing with Joe Rogan. People love Joe Rogan, now they hate him. But yeah, this is crazy. Like I was surprised that they didn't make this guy ginger.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And I think it's like a global thing. It's like people used to love this particular. It's not just like for you guys in the US. I think it's for all across the globe. Like, oh, this person who's like vying for the seat of power or the seat of governance in a particular country. Once they step in to that position, suddenly they become hated, and they become hated when they step down. It's I don't know. It's like it's a global thing. It's not just limited for you guys.
Yeah.
It's also a thing here in the Philippines.
Yeah. See, like I can say something super racist right now, but I probably won't. But the thing is, you know what? It's an anagram for ginger. I'm gonna leave it at that. Yo, Melodic Method with the 7 months, Phil. You need to install dark mode extension. I just set up this PC like literally a couple hours before the stream went up. Okay.
Yeah, well, you'll have it next week.
Yeah, I would do it next week. Like I didn't even set up OBS yet, so like I still need to set that up. But yeah, man. It's what's it called? It takes 1 minute. No, that's 1 minute too long. I could masturbate almost twice the amount in a minute. Okay. But yeah, thank you so much for the 7 months. Thank you. Let's go actually read some comments. Let's see what people are saying. If you're gay, doesn't that make you exclusively an ass guy? Ass and schlong. Big dong schlong guy. The numbers, Mason, what do they mean? His Asian blood was seduced by the numbers below the boobs. It doesn't matter. The boobs are so big. I didn't mean Grae wasn't even looking at the boobs, right?
Yeah, and the funny part is like it was so blatantly the middle, and that's the part I wasn't looking at. I was looking at the face of Yasuke.
Grae was looking around the boobs, which is wild. Yeah. All right, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he's looking at the bibishis. They are bibishis. Hopefully I said that right. That's as. Look, I probably fucked that shit up. I probably fucked that up. I suppose that's inspired is not the same as an actual adaptation. Yeah. Spawn, the movie, did that with Terry Fitzgerald. They had J.B. Sweeney play him. Yeah. The British Prime Minister said in the movie is a documentary and all schools should show it to fight against white supremacy, even though it is 100% a lie. Really? That's crazy. That's crazy. They transformed Chief Keef into Justin Bieber. Oh, shit. Aren't knives illegal also in UK? Yeah, they're trying to ban knives. Even kitchen knives. So you can't have kitchen knives either.
Yeah, that's crazy.
How can you cook? Right? How can you cook? Knives in Britain are known for mental health outbursts. Yep. And they can't defend themselves over there. The black dude has facial hair growing in. A little white kid looks like 8 years old at the lemonade stand. Yep. Yeah. Like I watched I guess a trailer or a snippet of it, and I was like, "What's wrong with this?" And then I read the context. I'm like, "Oh, see, I'm sure USAID put some money into that movie. Probably.
Yeah,
probably. The BBC government brainwashing at work 100%. They don't want to be racist. Remember? Duarte is the International Crimes Court. Oh no, not Duarte. Duterte.
Yeah, the former president. Because like for the stuff he did during his presidency. So now he's at ICC. He got arrested. He legit got arrested here, and now it's in the Netherlands, I believe.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Because like he did, he went on like a hunt down for like drug addicts and drug lords. So a lot of people died during his presidency. So now ICC's after him.
Oh shit. Yeah. Meta PC sponsorship here when? I don't think we're okay. remember last week when we had Brian on and he said, how do you get sponsorships? You have to have high viewer count in your videos.
Yeah, because like it's not gonna happen in this channel. It's like if ever we want to make an effort, it has to be in a new one. Because like YouTube is used to us uploading our segments. That's it. It's like I don't expect our scripted videos to take off in this channel simply because of how the algorithm works. So if we're gonna have any chance of sponsorships, it's gonna have to be through a new channel where we make more scripted videos.
Yeah. But Grae, don't you have a scripted video coming out tomorrow?
Yeah. I got apparently Neil Druckmann liked my review for The Last of Us Part 2 so much that he gave me access to The Last of Us Part 3. So members can already see it, but for everyone else, it's gonna release tomorrow. I got exclusive access to The Last of Us Part 3. It's not canceled. They're just pretending that it's canceled to subvert expectations.
Yep, true. A lot of gay guys love tits. Hey, Grae. Hey, there it is. Oh, shit, man. Asmongold and Critical Drinker are extremely powerful. They can flop a movie or a game. The thing is, the reason why they can is because a lot of people agree with them. That's why. Right? The thing is, Asmongold, I'm not sure. I think he's almost done with the game. And I believe he's giving the game right now between a 6 or 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, I actually think it's like removing a lot of the backlash for Shadows comes from the fact that they Ubisoft claimed that it's historically accurate that Yasuke is a samurai. Had they not said that, a lot of the things that the Japanese are angry about, it wouldn't be as severe as it is now. Like for me, I know this is gonna be a hot take, especially like the desecration of the temples. Like for me, that wouldn't have been such a big deal. Yeah, it wouldn't have been
today.
Yeah, I know. It's like it wouldn't be as grave of a big deal if they didn't do the Yasuke narrative with Thomas Stockley, in my opinion. Because like like in GTA games, you can murder people, you can do whatever, and it's like people are not really that much of a. Then all of a sudden, like you desecrate a particular part of the game. It's like it's just that for me, it's the Yasuke part that like snowballed into something much bigger for the Japanese. It wouldn't be that much of a big deal, in my opinion, had Ubisoft not do that.
Yeah. See. Hasn't the ICC acquitted more people than it has convicted? Do you know, Grae?
No, I'm the last person to be savvy about politics, so I wouldn't know. Yeah, I don't think. Well, I don't know. I'm not really in the know either with that news with Duterte, but I don't know. I don't think he's gonna get convicted, or if he does, it's not gonna be very long, in my opinion. If it does, but I don't think so.
Yeah. Let's see. Phil, did you make a mod ticket to get Kirsch's attention? She's coming out with Gamer Subs merch soon. I don't know what's a good way to reach out to her. I did reach out to her before, and I can reach out to her via Twitter, but I'm not sure what's a good way to reach out to her. Like, I don't want to like bug like someone else to reach out to her. And the thing is that she hasn't seen the message, so maybe going through that way is like not a good way to reach out to Kirsha. But yeah. Hey Grae, as an aside, the solo leveling episode today, second from the last for the season, crashed every server it was on today for hours.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm still yeah, I do want to, what do you call this? I'm finishing Apothecary Diaries and Sakamoto Days before I do want to make a more extensive review. Like I already watched the first episode of Cowboy Bebop actually several weeks ago. Yeah, it's actually pretty good. Yeah, it's actually pretty good. It's like I'm just clearing all my anime backlog first so I can focus on it. I do.
Okay, after watching Cowboy Bebop, watch the live action one.
Maybe I should make a video first of the anime.
Is it actually that bad? You know?
Yeah, actually. Yeah, that's a good video.
Is Cowboy Bebop actually that bad? A retroactive review or something like that.
Yeah. Good idea.
See, let's see. Let's see. Was Grae the voice of the actor for the members of the Takeda clan Yasuke Simulator? Grae, did you watch me play it yesterday?
Yeah, I was. It's just that I was working, that's why I wasn't able to chat as much. But yeah, it's pretty cool that the dev went to your channel and chatted with you. I was like,
Yeah, the
"Whoa,
dev. Yeah,
yeah,
it
that's
was
so cool."
crazy. Like I was playing the
Yeah.
game yesterday, chat, the Yasuke Simulator, and the dev was watching the entire time. And then like I was doing the segment with with the what's it called again, the Squid Game segment, and then the dev actually like, oh, this is how you do it. I was like, wait, is that the dev? And then basically, yeah, it was the dev hanging out. The game is actually surprisingly really, really fun. Like, holy shit, it's actually really fun. The music in that game had no reason to be that good. The music is so good.
Yeah, and the voice acting is really funny.
Yeah.
It's really
Forina. It's so crazy. Grae, his name is pronounced Neo Cuckman.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, it's gonna be a really good video, guys. The Last of Us Part 3 is really, really good.
Yeah. Historically accurate. If these people were alive, this would be a slander. It's interesting that we no longer care about the one's reputation after they passed from this mortal coil. Yeah. The thing is that like there's like no one to really like talk about it, right? Like we even had a person that came into our comments, like they're like, Yasuke is actually a samurai. I was like, no, it takes you a minimum of 5 years training to become a samurai. He was only under Oda Nobunaga for 1, or maybe like he wasn't even under his like he wasn't even retainer for him for that long, so he can't become a samurai. He'll just be a he'll be a ninja warrior. Let's see. You need to make a mod ticket to get the Kirsha's attention. So basically, actually, like super chat her, right? Like Kirsha does not read messages often. You have a better shot of just super chatting her on stream, not even joking. So basically, when she's live, super chat her. It's like, hey, Kirsha, like your stuff, sent you a DM. She doesn't probably even know who we are. Or maybe she might know maybe just a little bit because she's been on Geeks and Gamers and she's been on side scrollers. So like, I don't know. I see. That's how it always goes. When you're dead, people can say whatever they want about you unless you live in North Korea. That's true. What's the name of Grae's channel?
Yeah, I replied to him. Yeah.
Drop the link. If you have any mods, Grae, just drop the link. It'll be easier.
Where is it? Is it?
Let's see. Netflix Cowboy Bebop is an abomination. Here's how I watched Cowboy Bebop. I watched the first episode, and I watched the last episode of the live action. What's it called again? John Cho plays a good Spike Spiegel. The black guy plays a very good Jet Black. That bitch was really bad as Faye Valentine. Now, the thing is, if she kept her mouth shut and not have said anything, people would have embraced her more. But one episode in the last episode where she is like, it's so out of character for Faye Valentine to do it. And then of course they brought in a non-binary fucking shit. What's that orange-haired girl name again? That's supposed to be a boy, that's a girl, but like we're not sure. Forgot already. Fuck. See, live action Cowboy Bebop is terrible. The anime is amazing. Ed, thank you, Melodic Method. Ed. They brought Ed in like way at the end. And I'm like, why didn't you bring this character in earlier? It's like you have your non-binary person, right? Because they technically do have like a non-binary character.
Okay.
But like, and they completely fucked up the ending. I'm not gonna tell you, Grae, because like the ending is really fucking good. But
because like episode 1 is just like a small isolated case about the bloodshot.
Yeah.
I forgot what it's called. Yeah, it's an isolated small episode.
Okay, and the thing is, there's a reason why the IWI Jericho popped the fuck off. Grae, you know what that is?
Was it
show you
in the first episode?
Let me show you.
Yeah, I think we're gonna rewatch the first episode anyway because I kind of forgot already.
This right over here. Let me show you this. All right. Let's see. So if you don't know, Spike Spiegel's sidearm is basically in a way modeled after the IWI Jericho, which is this gun.
Okay.
So this is the Cowboy Bebop gun, which is pretty fucking cool. Like this was Spike's gun, which is and that's the reason why I want it, but you can't get that here in California.
Oh,
God,
okay.
I'm so mad. It's not illegal. It's just not on roster, which is retarded. You can't buy it new. You can only buy it used. And if you buy it used, they upcharge it by like three times the amount. Right? So you see that gun over there? And then this is the there it is. The IWI Jericho. Pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool, man. I see a Hollow Ninja with the 5. 2 games that should be in everyone's top 10 games list. Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, Resident Evil 4, and the greatest and 3 is the greatest prequel in entertainment.
Yeah.
Prequel? Which one is 3?
I think 3 is the before Metal Gear 1.
Okay.
Yeah, in story wise, but I've never played a single because I'm not good with stealth games.
Yeah. I'm gonna be playing Metal Gear Solid
the remake
3
remake.
Yeah, the remake before I played the original Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, maybe I should try one of them. At the very least, I should try one of them.
I heard it's really good.
Yeah,
I heard it's really good.
I really suck at stealth games. That's why it's like, would I appreciate it if I really sucked at stealth games? I'm not so sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yo, thank you so much, Hollow Ninja, for the 5. Now the thing is, Resident Evil. Are you talking about Resident Evil 4 OG? Because Resident Evil 4 Remake is actually really good too. It's pretty faithful, right? The only thing that's not faithful is you cannot really look up Ashley's skirt. But on the other hand, you can mod the shit out of her. And now I know how to mod with the RE engine. Because I haven't played Resident Evil 2 Remake yet. And people are like, you should play that game. Like,
yeah,
I've seen gameplay.
There's so many huge franchises in Japan that I have not like even played a single game or even bothered to finish that I should already. Resident Evil's another. Both of those franchises I haven't gotten into because like I feel like I'm a pussy with horror games and I suck at stealth games. So,
see that the thing is like Grae, if someone would the thing is that you don't live stream.
Yeah, maybe I should at least once a week. Maybe I'll go back to doing it, like just for the heck of it.
See, the reason why is because like someone bought me Outlast, and I beat the game in one stream.
Outlast 1.
Outlast 1, and remember that game you can't fight back. It's all about running and hiding.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It fucking sucked, man.
Yeah. I know.
It fucking sucked, bro. Holy shit, man. It was awful. And Resident Evil 8, the dollhouse sequence was...
Yeah,
that's the Outlast again.
The most iconic thing with Resident Evil 8 when it came out for me was that you can download this modern weapon called the Fly Swatter.
Yeah, you can
use it to
swat her ass.
Lady
Demetress's ass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I since I have a stronger computer now, like I might actually start like doing a lot of crazy mods now. Oh shit, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Bro, when you walked into the room full of deers, I nearly died laughing. That was weird, man. I'm like, what the hell is this? And I didn't know it exploded, so I walked up to one of them and I fucking got knocked out.
For what game is that?
The Yasuke Simulator.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See. There's a new anime series from the guy that made Cowboy Bebop. Really?
Oh,
what's it called? What's it called? Yo,
I know he also made Arjuna, I believe, but I never got to watch that one.
Yeah. Yo, Jose Taco, have a good night, dude. Take care, man.
Good night.
Let's see. As a big cyberpunk sci-fi fan, the anime is one of my favorite pieces of media from the art style. So well done. I didn't make it to last past episode 1 or 2 for the live action. Live action is fucking garbage, bro. It's fucking bad.
Let me clear my backlog of anime so that I can like focus on Cowboy Bebop. That's what I'm. I think this week is the second to the last or the last episode for those 2 anime. So yeah.
Well, I started watching Konosuba, so I need to continue watching Konosuba.
I'm waiting for you to reach the second to the last episode of season 1. I want you to review that.
So
Really
I watched the first episode. Only the first episode, and my favorite character is Luna, the receptionist. That's my favorite character. That's my favorite character. Oh shit. I couldn't get one in Georgia either. They were all sold out. You could probably get it on like gundeals.com. I would say that's usually where they have like the cheapest deals. But like I've seen these at the stores before. They look so fucking cool. Aren't these Jerichos and the CZ75 basically the same weapon? They still make these. The thing is, like, you have to get the old Jericho. The old Jericho is the one that, like this one right over here. It has like the high bore axis. It is like It's basically a CZ75 clone. Like I have a CZ like before they fucking removed it from the roster. Now like a CZ here is like fucking $1,200. It's fucking insane. But yeah. But the thing is that having the Jericho, I like how the front tapers off near the dust cover. Like on the dust cover, it tapers off. And then it has the what's it called again? The fucking the rail and shit like that. But yeah, Jericho's pretty cool though. Konosuba is hilarious. Yes, I need to continue watching that. I need to continue watching Konosuba. All right, let's go ahead and talk about this right over here. I don't know what this is. I don't even know what this is. The CZ100 is the first gun you ever own. What's the CZ100? I'm sure if they have that here in California. Oh, okay. Looks like one of their earlier polymer guns that they ever made. Yeah, it looks like their earlier polymer guns. All right, let's go and talk about this, Grae. All right. Let's see. Right over here, comes from PC Gamer. We all got laid off, says former Deck 9 narrative designer after no one was around to pick up Life is Strange. Double Exposure's GDC Awards win. What's going on here, Grae?
I don't know much about this either because like I know I downloaded the Life is Strange for free, but I never played it, even though I know the themes that the game promotes. But I heard even in the sequel, the people who liked the first game also didn't like this one. Hence why the performance was not good, leading Square Enix to lay off the entire team. But yeah, just goes to show that these awards mean nothing if like there's no financial incentive or it doesn't perform financially. So yeah, it's just like it's the perfect embodiment that these DEI awards don't matter at the end. Because like yeah, congrats, you got an award, but you lost your job. So it's actually pretty funny that no one was there to pick it up. So yeah, I think like we haven't heard anything from Square Enix for this year. I think they're really trying to overhaul everything. I just hope that by next year or like when the Switch 2 gets revealed in April, that they come in swinging. Oh, these are our games now, and I hope they're all very, very good. Because for Square, like for the past couple of years, like they released so many games, but a lot of them were just mid or not even that good. So I think they're overhauling the way they release. So this Western side of their woke side, I think they're cutting them off. They're focusing on what made them good, which is great. So yeah. Sorry for these devs, but yeah, you gotta make a game that people actually want, not Yeah.
Let's see. I'm not entirely sure Life is Strange Double Exposure was a good idea conceptually, nor was the series fan and PC gamer writer Molly Taylor, who played the thing and had a good, if unnecessary, feeling time. That doesn't mean that I'm greeting today's news with any particular sense of joy. Quite the opposite. The fact that nobody picked up the game's GDC award is depressing as all hell to me. At this point, the signs that the industry is messed up as hell are less warning lights and more of a klaxon I've had to warily blot out. with earplugs just to stay sane. Yeah, to be honest, nobody fucking cares about rewards. Like, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, just do. It's like let's say if a studio wins Game of the Year, that's just sort of like, oh, cool. You know, you want Game of the Year. Are you gonna get more investors? Maybe, maybe not. We're not sure. But it doesn't sell games, right? For instance, let's say if like a game wins like best indie game or best progressive game. It's like, yeah, are more people gonna buy your game? Because ultimately it's all about numbers and how much you can sell. It
Yep.
doesn't matter about like, oh yeah, this can get you investors and they can invest in your company, then you can make the game. But how about if your game still doesn't make money?
Yes. That's all
Right?
that matters in the end. You can
Yeah.
get 0 awards but be very profitable and you'll be fine. And yeah, this is just the exact opposite. You got the award, but yeah. Ironically, you're not there because you've been fired.
Yeah.
So, I feel bad for the devs, but yeah, it is. That's how life works. It's unfair. Like you gotta do what you need to survive, even though it's not something you want to do. So
Yeah.
that's what happens when you're just purely out of like you want to push this mess. I don't know. I never really played these games, but sounds like a DEI game to me if you won the progressive award. So yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah. See, as you can see in the video above, Life is Strange Double Exposure won the event's Social Impact Award, competing against 1000 times Resist, Astrobot, Frostpunk 2, and Neva. Introduced in the event 2022, the award recognizes the game that advances equality, justice, intersectionality. There it is. It's a woke fucking game. Right? That's why no one buys it. No one buys woke games anymore.
Yep.
Woke people don't even buy woke games.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Like woke people don't even watch woke movies or TV shows. Remember My Girl Galadriel? Oh, my girl Galadriel. I'm gonna. Right?
Yeah, hey, have you watched Rings of Power yet? No, I'm watching House of the Dragon.
Yeah, exactly. Yo, I'm finna. Like it's a shut the hell up, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? I know what everyone knows that these people will not buy shitty games. This is all just for clout. It's all just for show. It's all just for social media interaction. Other than that, they get paid, they get sponsored to do whatever shit. They don't consume your shit. Right? It's like you have to really, really believe in the product, right? For instance, it's better to get someone to sponsor your product if they're already using your product.
Yeah.
It's so you don't have to lie. Right? So let's see. Yeah, I'm sure this is a cold comfort to the fact nobody told Life is Strange Double Exposure's developer that they ought to be around to collect it. Let's see. Stefan Totilo, a journalist who asked backstage at the time, wrote the following: nearly every game that won had people coming through beaming with their trophy in hand. It stood out that Life is Strange, which won Social Impact, there was no one. Because nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about this kind of stuff, man.
Yeah.
But Grae, would you play Life is Strange?
Someone has to pay me. I'm following Griffin Gaming's model where people have to pay him for him to play if it's not a good game. And yeah, because I'm busy with Xenoblade is gonna be really long. So the reason why I'm playing Astral Chain first is because I can make it before I head for the US. I don't think I'll make it if I play Xenoblade right now. Yeah.
Yeah. It's bad. Let's see. But to be honest, I don't care. Like,
yeah, I just hope that we're reaching really the tail end of DEI games because like they can't afford to do it anymore. No more US aid, no more BlackRock to fund these. So we can go back to devs making games for paying customers for it to actually be good. No more unlimited money to preach what they want. That has to stop.
And then speaking of Kirsha, this sort of does have to relate to this because it's about GDC. So this comes from some Kirsha on X right over here. Bridge just released a list of companies attending their business retreat in May. DEI is not dead, and these companies are working with Bridge to ensure the work continues regardless of executive orders or legal issues. Grae, how many companies? Look at all this. I'm gonna bring up this image by itself.
Crap. I see one of the companies I work for there. I used to. Like after JP Morgan, I see another.
Okay, let's go ahead and bring up let's isolate this. Blow it up. Ad Console, Colossus SSP, Discover, Gallo, Ing, Magnet, MyCoat, Nielsen, I think Ash, Ads, Ads Mobile.
I see two of my employers there.
Yeah, Gap, Draper, Corwell Health, Gap, IPG, MW, the NAACP, Open to All, Saucony, True Access, Basis, Costco, Elf, Gum Gum, Jams, Michelin, Nat Geo, Planned Parenthood, of course. I don't know what that is. UTA, Burr and Foreman, Davis Gilbert. I think Scripps is what it is. H&M, JLC, Milk Pep, Sephora, PwC, Navistar, Sephora. Sorry, I said that already. Walmart, Yelp, the A-List, Q, Netflix, Multnomah County, JP Morgan Chase, Indeed, Extreme Reach, Develop Well, Channel, Factory, CMI, Media Group, Direct Digital, Gale, Index Exchange. I think Kalodi Consulting, MFA Boston, and Rutgers University and the Weather Company. That's a lot of companies, man.
Yeah, and I for me, it's like the law needs to be enacted where, like, regardless of what terminology change you do, it's still deemed illegal. Because like what these companies are gonna do, they're just gonna it's not DEI anymore. It's blah 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 blah, a new word. That way they can skirt the law. So there needs to be like anything that like excludes a particular race. It should be illegal, or particular any form of hiring practices or something along those lines that highlights a particular gender, sex, skin color should be illegal. That way, no matter how much they rename themselves, it's still gonna be illegal. That's what I think they should, not just DEI per se, because like they're just gonna rename it so that they can evade. Yeah.
Well, because DEI has such a bad taste in people's mouth. Whenever people hear DEI, like right? DEI is like if people, one way or another have probably heard of DEI before. And the fact that Elon Musk is like heavily anti-DEI, right? He even talked about it when he was being interviewed by Don Lemon. And basically he was like, hey, come on to my talk show and then give me a free Cybertruck. And Elon Musk says, no, go fuck yourself, right? And then he called it DIE, right? And he said, no, it's actually called DEI. And the thing is, like I said, companies want to bash you and beat you over the head with it, and they want to put this into their hiring process. Why do you think Indeed is here? Indeed is one of those ones that
job search. It's a job search.
It's one of the biggest job searches out there. Is Indeed, right? So, and then of course you have Costco. Everyone goes to Costco, even though there's woke shit in there. I still go to Costco because it's a good deal, right? And Elf's makeup. Don't ask me how I know I'm not gay, but like, and then you have Michelin. Now you can't buy tires and you can't go inside Michelin star restaurants. It's like, man, Planned Parenthood, of course, and of course the NAACP. But I digress. It's just like these people are always just gonna hide, rename. It's never gonna go away. All we can do is basically call it out whenever we see it. That's the only way. Yo, Hollow Ninja with a 10. Thank you, man. Thank you. Ghost of Tsushima 2 had a cool concept and story. Jin Sakai on the mainlands during the second Mongol invasion. But scrap that all because they want a female main character. I guess I will give Yote a chance. We'll see. The person is woke. The person who's playing the main character of Yote is woke, but hopefully that story is not in there.
Yeah, so far the actress hasn't done anything that indicates that they inserted that into the game. So there's still hope for that. And even if, like, let's say Yote is super woke and stuff, I don't know if Griffin Gaming confirmed it, but like right now it's like during the Concord days, like Sony America was left to their devices. But according to Griffin Gaming, now it's like Sony Japan has the final say now. So I think they're back to like micromanaging all their studios. So to bring back the quality of Sony games to what it once was. So let's hope that let's say Yote doesn't do well. Sony will say to Sucker Punch, okay, go back to making Ghost of Tsushima 2. Let's hope that happens.
Yeah, but yo, thank you so much for the 10, man. Thank you. And yo, Justin Martin's coming in with a 10 gifted memberships. Thank you, man. Yo, thank you everyone who's stopping by and dropping in some support for the channel. Thank you. We really appreciate each and every one of you guys, man. Thank you. Let's see. Male samurai is already woke. That female samurai is already woke. Yep, that's true. Yeah. Very true. I'm scared of Yote, but if it is still the same team that made Tsushima, I'll give it a chance if I hear some good word of mouth. Isn't there like a writer that went over there?
Yeah, the last message in chat. Exactly. Like
yeah, right here. Yep, yeah, 2 of the writers that wrote Veilgar is working on Yote's story. Oh,
let's see if they'll be controlled this time since Colleen Bush is not.
Yeah,
there.
Corinne Bush.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's crazy. All right, let's go and talk about our next topic over here. So it's gonna be sort of a different topic that we usually talk about, but it is pop culture in general, culture. But yes, I'm gonna talk about this right over here. This comes to us from time.com. Why Gen Z is drinking less. Grae, do you know why?
I know I read somewhere in social medias because they play more games, I think. I don't know.
They're more introverted, just staying at home.
Yeah.
Right. So
I'm just describing myself, not really Gen Z.
Yeah, let's go. Like I do sort of I have an idea, but let's go and actually read this right over here. As dry January begins, there's one generation that has already begun cutting back on alcohol, and that's Gen Z. Data from the National Institute of Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism indicates that alcohol consumption in the U.S. has risen overall, but research from the National Institute of Drug Abuse shows that the lifetime drinking, past month drinking, and past year drinking among young people began to decline around the year 2000. That means that much declines have especially impacted Generation Z, defined as anyone born between 1997 and 2012. And some millennials born between 1981 and 1996. In a 2003 survey from Gallup, found that the share of the adults under the age of 35 who say they never drink dropped 10 percentage points in 2 decades to 62 in 2001 and 2003 from 72 in 2001 and 2003. So 2001. That's it. Yeah, 2021, 2023. But yeah, so I think the reason why is because they've been basically just on their phones all the time, right? They basically, in my opinion, I think like alcohol is more of a social drug, right? Like alcohol is considered a drug, right? It's considered it's under the I guess FDA. Right. So, yeah, alcohol is like Grae, do you ever drink alcohol by yourself?
No, that's the thing. No, that's
right. It's usually with people, right?
Someone, yeah, it's at the bar or it's never at home by myself.
Yeah. So like this is actually good, but the thing is that they probably hopped up on that Tide Pods, or maybe they're smoking that reefer, or they're on, I don't know, Galaxy Gas or something, some other drugs, right? But the good thing is that is a good thing. But the thing is that like, alcohol just like most alcohol. Okay, for me, I like drinking alcohols that taste good. Right?
What are the ones that taste good for you?
People are saying, "Oh, you Phillip like girly drinks," because I like drinks that taste good. Like I like a Midori sour. Like I like a pina colada. A strawberry margarita.
Yeah, like, and what I tend to do with the sweet ones, the one tastes like juice, I tend to drink them too fast. So that's why I get intoxicated really fast. Like I drink them.
People drink alone. What's going on, Negro? How's it going, man? Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I was drinking. It's like when I drink like the ones that taste like soda, I tend to drink those really fast because faster than usual, like faster than
Mhm.
normal. That's how I get intoxicated really fast. But the ones that don't have a sweet taste, I tend to drink longer. That's how 'cause
Yeah.
I'm not an expert drinker by any means, but that's how I drink alcoholic beverages.
Like I can see people drinking and just like unwinding. Like after a long day's work, like you're like, you know
Yeah.
what? I don't want to smoke. I don't want to get high. I'm just gonna sit down with like a glass of whiskey or a bottle of rum. Just chill, watch some TV, watch some YouTube just to unwind. But in terms of like drinking, like I'm drinking just to drink. It's not that. It's usually like people are usually drinking for like, I'm just gonna chill and relax, man. I'm fucking tired. And like for me, I can't drink too much since I'm allergic to alcohol. The higher percentage alcohol, the faster my throat closes up.
Oh.
So that's why like whenever like you see me like out at a bar, I don't drink often. I drink like 1 or 2 drinks and that's it. Right? So like and it's funny because like I remember when me and Kara were hanging out at the Vegas meetup. Me and her, we just got the Pikachu Punch Virgin. we just drank that. People don't know. People will still think you're cool. What are you drinking, man? Oh, Pikachu Punch. Pretty good, right? Pretty good. Allergic? You're one of those? Yeah, I got the Asian glow. Got the Asian glow.
Oh, you turn red? I also
I turn red too. Yeah. I turn red and my throat closes up. I become a fucking tomato.
Okay. I just turned red. I turned red, but yeah, my throat's still fine. I just turned red.
Yeah. Yes, a beer after work is why for me. Yeah. That I can understand. And like imagine hot summer day, you come home from work, you're fucking tired, you crack open a can of beer, ice cold beer, 90-degree weather, you blast your AC, you fucking take off your shirt, you turn on Pornhub, and you just drink alcohol. Oh shit, man. Oh man. I've only had 2 beers, officer. Yeah, true. Right. So basically, SD0 gets pulled over, right? License and registration, right? And you say, "What's the officer problem?" And it's like, "Get out of the car." Get out of the car. Oh fuck, man! Hell yeah! Yeah. Basically, turn on Pornhub. Right, basically. Oh man. Let's see. It is becoming clear that whatever reasons today's younger generations are just less interested in alcohol and more likely than any older generation to see it as risky for their health and to participate in periods of abstinence like dry January. There isn't one clear reason for alcohol's decline among Gen Z, but experts point to a variety of factors. One may be changing laws, including a 1984 National Minimum Drinking Age Act, which is set to purchase or publicly possesses alcohol beverages to 21. Prior to that, the minimum age was 18. Grae, what's your age? Is it 18 in Philippines?
Yeah, 18.
I believe China is like 16, if I'm not wrong.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. And I think also it's like alcohol is not much of an in thing in the Gen Z.
Okay. I read it wrong. I only had 2 bears. Bears.
Bears too.
Oh, I only had bears too.
Bears too.
Okay. Oh my god, man. Yeah, I'm retarded, chat. I'm retarded.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I was saying I think it's because like in the older generations, like video games weren't a thing yet, so there was less things to do. So there was like whenever you have it's summer, the school's out, and you're like in your adolescent years. Oh man, let's go sneakily drink without the adults knowing. I think that was more of a thing because there was less things to do. Now there's
when was the first time you had your first alcohol?
High school.
How old were you?
Probably 16, 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like for me, I was 13.
Mhm.
But I was hanging out with like a bunch of like gangbangers, so it's a little different. They were all doing drugs. They're smoking weed. They're doing drugs, and they're getting high on E and stuff like that. But yeah, I didn't get high on E, but yeah, I would just they made like scissor, like purple drink, which is like, that'll fuck you up because it actually requires like prescribed medicine, like from the doctors and stuff like that. So it's like it fucks you up. So like they didn't have purple Gatorade, so they used blue Gatorade instead.
Oh,
But I like blue Gatorade. Blue Gatorade tastes better. But yeah, I was 13. But yeah, the thing is that like people don't do that kind of stuff anymore. And I think you're right. It's just like internet wasn't a thing.
yeah.
You know,
Smartphones weren't a thing. It's like now that there's so many things grabbing people's attention, especially for the younger generation. That's why
yeah.
a lot of them started to veer off from alcohol. It's not necessarily the stuff that they want. If I was Gen Z, that's probably what would happen to me too. It's like I don't give a shit about alcohol. I just want to play my games on phone or in my console.
Yeah. See right over here. Made with codeine cough syrup. Yep. That's like prescribed cough syrup. It's like super strong. Right. Let's see. Let's see right up here. Alcohol's social reputation has also changed. It makes sense for that older drinkers are drinking more, given that baby boomers were steeped in a heavier drinking culture. Adds Sybil Marsh, a physician specializing in family medicine and addiction. There was a time where drinking some alcohol was a badge of maturity and was sophisticated. But now it's only one out of the whole range of ways that people can relax or show sophistication and so on. Marijuana could be a part of that shift. The drug is legal in nearly half of the United States for recreational use. Nearly 80% of Americans live in a county with at least one cannabis dispensary, according to Pew Research Center, and cannabis has been put into drinks being marketed to younger consumers. Coob, what the fuck is that? Coob says it's unclear whether the decline in drinking among Gen Z Americans has to do with their preference for drugs. In 2023, National Survey on Drug Use and Health found that 36.5% of adults aged between 18 to 25 consumed marijuana in the past year. And if you look at marijuana use across the lifetime, some in 1 and 2 adults in the same age range have at least tried marijuana, according to the same study. Still, that study showed alcohol use in the past year exceeded marijuana use, with 68.1 the same age group as consuming alcohol. And the thing is, I think like over here in California, and I believe everywhere else in the US, driving high is considered, DUI, driving under influence, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think you only need to be 18 for marijuana, right? Versus 21.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's like and here's the thing. I tried marijuana when I was 12. I was 12.
Oh wow, that's so early. Okay.
Yeah, I was 12. Let's see. But yeah, I think right here. Marsh says that younger generations are much more interested in living healthy lifestyles than generations past, and evolving alcohol marketing tactics reflect those changing values. And I think a lot of them see that the alcoholic abuse, drunk driving, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And sort of like, oh, we don't want to do any of that, right? Versus like people drive high all the fucking time, right? And the thing is that like I'm not sure how fucked up you can be, and maybe depending on like which type of like THC you get. But yeah, man, like look, if you look at the alcohol marketing, they're sort of stopping short of saying it's healthy to have some drinks, but that drinking can be a part of a healthy lifestyle, as opposed to Gen X type of marketing, which was party hard. Yep, true. Gen X is crazy, man. I think Gen X is it's like the last like badass like
yeah. If
don't give a shit.
Like, I might be a part of that. People who's more into drinking, smoking, partying. If video games didn't exist, it's just that I was born at a time when they existed already. That's why I never got really into these guys. It's like, oh look, I'm so cool. I like to drink. Oh, I'm so. It's like me. Now I just want to go home play PlayStation.
Yeah.
that I'm that person back in the day. Yeah. So I think it's just more prevalent with Gen Z.
Yeah, I would say. Let's see. Emerson Haven, 26-year-old stage director and student based in New York City, occasionally drinks in social settings, but often opts for a sober night out for healthy reasons. There's a history of alcoholism in my family, so I'm not just careful about it. I never drink alcohol if I feel like I'm having a bad day because I don't want to create that association. And then sometimes I just don't enjoy the feeling of being drunk. See, like the thing is, like I thought that being drunk was your throat's closing up.
Oh,
Because
okay.
that's my entire life, right? I grew up
Yeah.
with that. So my throat always closed up when I drank. So I thought that's what drunk feels like. And I was like, well, this is what people do when they get their throat closes up. You can barely breathe. Man, being drunk sucks. So like I don't drink, right? And then I found out I was like, oh, that's not supposed to happen that way. So yeah, that's the reason why I don't drink. And I now whenever I drink in social settings only. I don't drink like when I'm by myself. Like I used to do it where like I'm live on stream and I'll drink like a bottle of like, you know, Gay juice or something like that. Like I don't know, some kind of like girly drink or something. But yeah, for me, I tend not to drink. But Grae, do you drink or just social?
Just social. Because like, yeah, I like there's actually 2 bottles of beer I was supposed to try, but I never end up doing it. The bottles are still there. Are still there. It's several months old. It's still there in the fridge. It's because for me, it's like it's distracting whenever I want to make a YouTube video when I play games. When I want to analyze a game for a YouTube video, I can't do it while I'm drinking. So that's why it's just there up to now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I used to drink Four Loko when it still had caffeine. So Four Loko is, I know it's alcohol, but it's like energy drink alcohol. Was that it? Where it's like people died from it? Right? I heard
Really?
like that.
Wow.
Yeah, I believe. Let me double check. Four Loko deaths. Teens found dead beside empty can of Four Loko. Four Loko has been associated with several deaths and incidents involving severe health consequences. In 2010, a 20-year-old Florida, of course, it's Florida man, Jason Kieran shot himself after consuming multiple cans of Four Loko, leading his family to file a wrongful death lawsuit against Fusion Projects, the manufacturer of Four Loko. Additionally, 2 teenagers were found dead in a vacant apartment in Huntington Beach, California, with an empty can of Four Loko nearby. The coroner's office has not confirmed whether Four Loko played a role in their deaths, but the presence of the can raised concerns. Another incident of a 14-year-old girl who died in a car accident after consuming Four Loko, leading to an arrest of a convenience store clerk for selling drinks to minors. Oh, they probably thought it was an energy drink, right? Because you can buy like Red Bull and stuff like that, right? These incidents, among others, prompted the state and federal agencies to scrutinize the safety of caffeinated alcoholic beverages like Four Loko. In response to these incidents and concerns, Fusion Projects agreed to remove the caffeine and other stimulants. Oh, okay. So, okay. Yeah, I heard. Yeah, because I heard about this. I actually wanted to try it too. I probably would have died. But my throat closed up, and while having a raging boner, man, die like a king. Oh shit. However, the company continued to assert that the combination of alcohol and caffeine was safe. Here's the thing. I used to mix vodka and Red Bull. But it's like Red Bull, like how much caffeine is in Red Bull, right? Not too much compared to Four Loko. Maybe they have like a shit ton of caffeine. See, despite these changes, Four Loko remains controversial and has been banned in several states. Oh, I didn't know that. Combination of alcohol and caffeine in Four Loko is believed that to mask the effect of alcohol, leading to overconsumption and dangerous behaviors. Studies shown that college students who consume Four Loko often underestimate its alcohol content, leading to blackouts and vomiting. Man, it sounds like a good time. It sounds like a good time in college. Oh man. Gay tour aid. Sure, Phil. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Four Locals laughed my ass off. My buddy's uncle bought so many from the gas station. Four Locals sent him like a dozen t-shirts and a case.
Wow.
Oh, that's based. That's based. Let's see. $6 and you're drunk as hell. Yeah, that's true. Oh man, in Washington State, there were plenty of dispensaries that to get THC products, man. Let's see. What was the average age for an American recruit fighting in Vietnam? I'm not sure. I have no idea. You know how you can tell when a driver is driving while under THC? They're driving very slow. Wait, what happens if you're an old person and you're an Asian and you're a woman and you're on THC? You're basically not moving. You're like, stop driving so fast. Go around me. And then the cop pulls X-ray girl over. What's going on? Right? It's like, oh man, the car is going so fast. Like, miss, you're on park. It's like, I am. Oh shit. There's no good way to test it. To be honest, tolerance can be built up so fast. Just like nicotine, no way I could drive after my first cigar. Yeah, cigar sort of fucks me up. Like if I like have like a fucking giant, massive stogie, I have to have like maybe a medium sized one and a lighter one. It's because like I sort of feel like I need to throw up, and I don't like that feeling either. So like I guess usually like if you have that feeling, you need to eat. Phil never wants to get drunk and wake up next to a chick with a dick again. What do you mean again? That shit never happened. All right, never happened once. Gay juice, what is that? Nope, I don't know what that is either. Very interesting, rough night. All of my contacts got lost, rated, and laws changed. Banned meth labs explosions in our community labs. You changed laws to rated us overnight on tax things. Really? That's fucking crazy, man. It's never the parents' fault. Always has to be put on someone else. That is true. Mm-hmm. How much caffeine did a 20-ounce of Four Loko have? I'm not sure. See, it's basically alcohol, sugar, caffeine, and tasted like candy. But eventually took the caffeine out. I sort of want to try it then. It sounds good. Like, here's the thing. I would drink energy drinks because I like the taste. Not for the energy. 200 milligrams. It's a lot. Four Loko, an upper and a downer at the same time. That is true. And see, the tendency of alcoholism is not inherent. Tolerance to the amount of consumed alcohol is inherent. Good to know. They were the shit back in the day, man. I think they still have Four Locos here, right? I believe they still have them. Let's see. Four Loko near me. It's a 7-Eleven. Where to buy Four Loko?
Yeah, I don't think we have that here. I've never.
Are you over 21? Yes. See products. Sour flavors. Ooh, I like sour. Sour apple.
Oh, wait,
sour.
We do.
I just. Here, there it is. Great. Gotta try it on stream. Yeah, but
I've never seen this in like the supermarkets or convenience stores. Weird.
Oh, you probably need to go to a 7-Eleven. Let's see. Grae gets stone cold drunk off of root beer. That's a lie. That's all he wants to do. He dreams of Blair White. Nope. And War Wizard, you gotta stop, man. Geeks and Gamers, they brought someone. So one of you guys brought up Fuda, and thank God Jeremy, let's move on. I'm like, thank God I have to explain myself, right? But not today. You guys brought it up, and Steph had to Google what Fuda is, and you guys ruined it. Oh man. You're not supposed to inhale cigars, only puff them to ingest the nicotine. Look, don't tell me what to do. I know it fucks up your lungs. I know you're supposed to puff them. I agree. You never woke up next to a chick with a dick. You never got any sleep the whole night. I'm gonna ban you. I'm gonna ban you. They taste like metal, asshole, and fermented oranges. I don't know what the context is. That's crazy. I didn't do it. I wasn't here earlier, and I left you alone on the last game stream since I got chastised. Oh shit! There it is. There it is. There's no chicks with dicks, only dudes with tits. Yep. Yep. All right. Let's talk about our last topic of tonight. Grae, your favorite person is in the news again.
Yeah, so I've heard.
Johnny Somali arrested and banned from streaming after taunting cops in Korea. So, if you guys don't know, he got in trouble a couple of days ago. He was basically stalking a streamer. He was basically doing Marco Polo with the streamer, and then that streamer was going on a date with a Japanese streamer, and then he found them and he harassed the shit out of them. And they filed a lawsuit against Johnny Somali. Not a lawsuit, a police report against Johnny Somali. And then Johnny Somali, like later that night or the following day, was with his lawyer, Hank. I believe his name is Hank. And the cops were talking to him as, hey, they're going to try to get more charges on you for stalking. Right? And then he said, hey, give me that phone. And he called him, yo, shut the fuck up, you dumb ass N-word. And hung up. So this is after. This is after. Okay? So here we go. Johnny Somali was banned from another streaming platform. Yeah, he was banned off a party.
Yeah, that's the only platform left he has, right? So
yeah,
where's he gonna get his money now?
I don't know. OnlyFans? OnlyFans live streaming? Look, maybe.
Yeah.
He was banned from another streaming platform and reportedly arrested after streaming himself roaming the streets in Seoul, South Korea, dancing and taunting the police. This comes days after a legal expert stated Somali could face additional charges. He was accused of following two streamers into a bar and knocking over a drink, with one of the streamers filing a police report. The expert said that he could face charges for stalking, harassment, and disruption. On March 22nd, the same legal expert, Legal Mindset, posted on X a new incident. I wake up to hearing Ramzi Khalid Ismail ran around the streets of Seoul, Korea in his boxers last night, repeatedly taunting cops until he was finally arrested. Temporarily, he's been released, and his Seoul live streaming platform Party suspended him hell of a night. Man, Johnny Somali is 250% fucked.
Yeah, I'm gonna name that.
Yeah, holy crap, man. Police temporarily arrested the streamer after taunting them. They followed up with a clip of Somali streaming while dancing in the streets of Seoul with his top off, wearing shorts, stating, "Party made the right move dumping Somali, as this is a complete meltdown. They want to charge me for twerking on the subway. I'm allowed to twerk in public. Korea #1, call the police. Let's go."
They want to charge me for doing twerking on the subway. I'm allowed to twerk in public. Boom, 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 boom. I want to hit right.
I'm not gonna finish watching this. I'm not gonna finish watching this video.
Wait, can you click until the end? Was there police or it's just him?
Wait, let's see. Let's see. Oh, I'm gonna watch it on X a lot quicker. Watching from the site. All right. Let's see.
Hey, you better suck it out. These niggas are being racist to me. Oh, boy.
Nope, nothing happened. The cops did not show up.
Okay, not yet. Okay.
Yeah. A viewer posted screenshots of the police later appearing on his stream before it ended, stating, "And the stream stopped." So let's see. Johnny Somali ran around South Korea in his boxers, asking random Koreans to call the police on him. And the police arrived, and he thinks it's unfair that he should be arrested. What an idiot. What an idiot. What a dumbass, man. I think this guy is basically trying to get all the Infinity Stones of,
Yeah.
of
Yeah,
basically being a terrible person.
Yeah, like you said in your stream yesterday, and like what I've been saying, it's like he's so deep in, he's just trying to capitalize on it. I'm so deep in, like I might as well do everything I can before I get locked up. That's how
Yeah.
I see it. Yeah.
It's just since I'm gonna be going to jail for 10 years anyways, might as well just max out on it, right?
Yeah, it's
Just
like
do it for content.
yeah, let's say it's 20 years. What's another 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Johnny Somali, whose real name is Ramzi Khaled Ismail, traveled to South Korea following a series of chaotic streams in Israel and Japan. He was then charged with obstruction of business for disruptive behavior in 2024 of November, following a stream in 7-Eleven shop, South Korea, which he pleaded guilty when his trial began in March. Yep. So this is it's sort of like the Blake Lively thing. Every day or every week, there's something new.
Yeah.
Right? Whenever there's something new with Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively, we have something new with Johnny Somali. And April is in about like 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And then his hearing is going to be soon. I wonder how many more charges is he going to get. Right? So we'll see, man. But this guy is just crazy. Yeah. I think like I'm not sure, like maybe maybe Cornhub he'll be able to live stream there. Oh, he can live stream on Cornhub, chat. Hey,
Yeah.
it works, okay? Just letting you know. Did you know where people watch most of Rick and Morty? On Cornhub.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because there's no other place to watch it for free. So, so people
okay.
upload it there. And same thing, I believe some Game of Thrones episode would upload it there too. Hey, technically there are some nudity scenes in Game of Thrones, so it does fit. It does fit. But man, I think this guy is going to be put away minimum of 10 years. And he's going to set a precedence for people they have to stop doing this crazy shit. It's minimum of 10 years. But do you think he's going to immediately get back to streaming?
Yeah, probably.
Once he comes out after 10 years?
Yeah. I don't think he's just gonna kill the time, the 10 years. He's just gonna let it fly by, but he's not gonna learn anything. That's how I see it.
Corn is illegal in South Korea. I can see him doing it on OnlyFans because OnlyFans was originally not considered an adult content site, right? It was basically another Patreon, but people started using it for that, and it sort of became that. But people like, look, the girl that who's that girl that's simping over Ronald Weasley in what's it called again? Harry Potter, right? And I believe it was was it Half-Blood Prince? I think it was Half-Blood Prince, and he was what's it called again? Being simped over by a girl. Like that girl, she's basically doing OnlyFans for hair ASMR. Because she has long hair, long, like lush hair.
Okay.
So I would say I could see Johnny Somali starting up an OnlyFans. Right?
Yeah.
Right. But the thing is that softcore is available, not hardcore. Okay. Softcore is available, according to what I heard. I'm not sure if that's true. Oh man. Let's see. Hollow Ninja over 2. Pull up an image of Tsushima and Yote team. Really? Ghost of Tsushima dev team. Where can I find it? Where can I find it?
Probably Google search. Do one Google search for Ghost of Tsushima, then another for Yote.
Let me see. Dev team. I found it already. Oh no. It's over. It's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's over. It's over, boys. We had a good run. We had a good run.
Yeah, I should play Ghost. I should finish Ghost of Tsushima, at least the story.
We'll leave this up, man. Nah, that's depressing. That is depressing. No girl in sight in the main table. Maybe one over there. Maybe one right here. Man, that sucks. But thank you for the 2. Yo, Holland Ninja with another 2. Thank you, man. Johnny would not survive in North Korea. That's what I think too. But remember, Dennis Rodman is very good friends with Kim Jong-un. So he could be like a monkey or like a clown, like a court jester for him because of how crazy he is. So who knows? But yo, thank you so much for the 2, man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you everyone for supporting tonight. We really appreciate it. What's going on, Gooch? What's happening, man? Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing well. What's going on? Tommy Halter, what's happening, man? Hope you're doing well. Late. I'm late. Did Steph dip already? Yeah, she dipped around like the 2-hour mark. But yeah, let's go ahead and read some comments right over here. I think I missed going back down. Okay, so Hank is the guy who admitted to getting pegged by a teacher at a young age and is letting Johnny Somali stay with him.
Yeah.
Man.
There's like a Hank guy I know Johnny's living with right now in South Korea. Yeah.
Maybe he's bucking for an insanity plea. I don't think so. He's not crazy. He's just retarded. How much soju do you think he consumed? I'm not sure. Maybe a lot. Thank you for stopping the video. No worries. How does he not constantly get his ass beat? I don't know. Maybe they're too tired of beating his ass. I'm not sure. These idiot prank streamers are gonna catch a case of fuck around and find out case in foreign countries. That's why they're not gonna go to those countries that will that has that kind of stuff. Let's see. What about the guy in North Korea returned brain dead? Was he a streamer? I don't know.
No,
Who was that?
I don't think. I think his name is Otto something. Yeah, but that was a long time ago. Wait,
Otto
was it
Hightower?
what was it? Otto? Yeah, Otto. Yeah, Otto Warmbier. Warmbier.
He got lobotomized?
Yeah, see, he tried to grab one of the North Korean flags. He kind of brought it on himself too, but he wasn't a streamer. I think he just posted on social media or something like that. But he wasn't an influencer. But yeah, he got locked up, he got tortured, and by the time that North Korea returned him, he was already brain dead.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh, see. Oh yeah, he is a hookah bar. He dropped the bottle of soju while harassing Nana and the streamer named Homeless. Yeah, I remember that. I went to college on a corn site. I feel involved. Man, that's based. The leaked Kingdom Hearts 3 opening was posted on Cornhub. I watched it there myself. There it is. It's it used to be a good site. Let's see. Hell yeah, Emilia Clarke did full frontal nudity in season 1 of Game of Thrones. Had to rewind that scene for research. Yep, and then she got and lost a lot of weight. I'm not sure if her butt's that big anymore, but still would. Sony needs to say this is the small spinoff and say that the real sequel is in development. I hope so.
Yeah, I think they will eventually once we know more info about Yote. I think that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Let's see. Kim is just a chill guy. Yeah, true. Yeah, that's what everyone says, right? Oh shit, man. All right, Grae, do you have anything else?
Nah, it's like mostly what's the stuff that happened this week is like Snow White or Assassin's Creed Shadows. That's mainly the big stuff that happened this week. So we don't really have much.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
But
Caviteño, yeah, I watched the preview. It looks really good. It's like I think it's an Adult Swim anime, Lazarus. I don't know if I'm worried we're gonna get a copyright if we watch it. But anyway, yeah, looking good.
Lazarus?
Yeah, it's an anime, I believe, or it's an animated show. It looks really good. I think the plot seems pretty interesting.
Oh, like just based off of this wallpaper or like this poster, it looks like it's very inspired by Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, kinda. Do you want to watch it?
Oh, it's produced by Mappa. Ooh, that means the animation is gonna be really fucking good. For anime stuff, yeah, it's we have a high chance of getting like
but yeah, you can watch it offline.
Yeah,
it looks really good. I posted it in my Discord actually.
Yeah. Did we just get raided?
We got a raid from Suns and Shadows.
Yo, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you for the raid. Do it. Emilia Clarke has 3 middle names. What? Yeah, it's very Cowboy Bebop like. That's what I thought, right? Yo, thank you so much for the raid, Suns and Shadows. Thank you so much for the raid. All right. We can look at it, but with like probably no audio. I think that like that's probably the only way for us not to get copyright. Is the audio is what like usually gets you the quickest. All right, is it called Lazarus, right? Let's go and just watch it. The official trailer. Adult Swim teaser. So the official trailer is 3 weeks ago. Oh shit. So it's not even out yet.
Not yet. I think it's about to. Very close.
All right. So we'll have the audio off. But we can just like check it out. But like if we have the audio on, we will get the copyright strike. The anime people are fucking crazy. Emilia Isabel Euphemia Rose Clark. Man, that's a long name. That's a very long name. But yo, Suns and Shadow, thank you so much for the raids. Thank you. Shout out to Suns and Shadows. All right. Yeah, see, can't really tell what's going on. But yeah.
The plot of this one's interesting. So like, yeah, I think there was this disease that was infecting Earth, and then the guy in the ad, the old guy's like, he created like a cure for it when people consume these pills. But actually, the pills wasn't a cure. It contained something that I think will turn everyone into monsters in time.
Oh so shit! Like Neuralink.
That's the plot. so like, yeah, it's like the main protagonist trying to stop that from happening. I think that's the plot of that's the plot of the show. So it's interesting. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah. So basically, Elon Musk is like, Neuralink is good. You can walk again. You put that in, you immediately turn into a robot.
Yeah.
You immediately turn into a robot. Looks pretty cool so far.
Yeah, so it's like pretty much.
It looks really good. Yep. I might watch this now. It looks really good. Okay, to be honest, we can just leave it here. We can just leave it here.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. They made this the thumbnail.
They 100% do know what they be doing. But yeah, I like the show already. Did this get a seal of approval? All right, I'm sold. Yeah, that sold me as well. Yeah, true. 100%. Do you know what was great? Did you ever watch I think it's called like Devilman Crybaby?
Oh, you told me about that. But I never got around to it. It's on Netflix, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's still there.
Yeah, I think so.
Don't watch that with your parents.
Okay.
It's weird, wacky, wonky, and there's nudity. Weird nudity too. Like weird, like Goliath, massive, like ogre monsters. Yeah. Devilman Crybaby is wild as fuck. Yeah, it's crazy. It's trippy. It feels like you're on acid. But it's so good. The animation is wacky too. crazy fucking Looney Tunes shit. But I love it, man. It was so good. And it's a one and done. It's like you watch it once and that's it. It's like only one season.
Oh, okay.
All right. So far, so cool. I need to see more. I know we can't hear anything that he's saying, but looks pretty good so far.
Yeah, like he's broadcasting. Oh, the medicine you guys took that's actually gonna transform you. That's the gist of it.
And this is like they already took it already.
They already took it. It's like there was.
Oh
It's
shit.
like they thought it was a cure. Everyone thought it was a cure to the disease. Maybe it did. Maybe it actually did, but there was another effect that was gonna happen to them, which he was broadcasting.
I was like, oh, if you take this medicine, you will never get cancer.
Yeah, or
Right?
like
Basically
it's like
something along the lines
no,
of
it
that.
said, like it'll cure your illness, but then it also has another effect later on, which he kind of disclosed to everyone in public. So everyone's panicking and all that shit. The team is gonna try to probably reverse that or stop him. I don't know, but looks that's an interesting premise in my opinion.
Yeah. Pretty cool. I want to see the crazy animation. Is this only for Adult Swim? Or is it like it was in Japan first and then now it's on Adult Swim?
I think it's coming out on HBO Max, which yeah, I subscribed to the annual and I never even used it once yet.
Oh.
So at least I get to use the subscription now if this comes out.
Well, you can watch all of the Batman stuff.
Yeah, but that's a lot. You know, it kind of feels like a Dragon Ball to me. It's a lot.
All right. I do want to ask you a question. Did you watch The Batman with Robert Pattinson?
Yeah. Not
Now did you watch The Dark Knight Rises?
Yeah.
Which one is better?
It's hard. Yeah, because like if you're gonna say Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, those two are definitely better. Dark Knight Rises, Bane, the one where he breaks us back. Then
Time to go mobile.
Yeah, that's actually a hard question because like I find the intro of Dark, it's too over the top. Like it's with the plane thing. They broke the plane to kill the guy inside.
Mhm.
I think that's way too over the top. I think it's a tie, in my opinion. It's
Okay.
It's a tie.
That's a very democratic, very political, like very democratic answer. It's like, you know what? They're both good. They're both good.
Yeah, but it's like definitely I prefer Batman Begins and The Dark Knight.
God damn it, I can't escape this debate. It's in every damn stream I watch. Oh man. So I think the first two acts of Batman The Dark Knight Rises is really good. And then the third act sort of falls off.
Yeah, it's like kind of, how do you say, they kind of blew it out of proportion. It's too exaggerated.
Mm-hmm.
The Batman
time to go slow by.
Yeah.
Right. Like for me, I remember watching The Batman with my wife, and she's like, when he got shot point blank with a shotgun and he still survived, she was like, he should have been dead.
I think for me, the Batman got elevated a bit because I finished watching The Penguin. I really liked The Penguin, the TV show.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, man. Oh yeah, like the reason why I asked is because like we always talk about this debate on like Epicverse, like all the like every other week someone will just bring it up, right? And then it's like Ben arguing with Epic Mike, like they're literally just like arguing, and it's funny. Oh shit, yo SD0, thank you for becoming a new member. Thank you, man. Thank you, appreciate it, dude. Appreciate. He's bulletproof, bro. Yeah, you know that. Yeah, true. Oh man, the Penguin is a fucking masterpiece in character writing and performance. Yeah, that show is good.
Did you finish it?
Nope.
Did you finish it?
No, from what I've watched, it's good.
Yeah, the way it ended is pretty good.
They end up killing the black kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when he said that your family to me, like, oh shit, I gotta kill this kid. I don't want to be emotionally attached, and he ends up killing him.
Damn. It's like, hey man, it's just business.
Yeah, because like he's like, especially when Sophia was taking advantage of Penguin's weakness towards his mom, because like she's family, so Penguin didn't want that weakness, so he killed the kid.
Spoiler.
Well, it's been out for a while. Why?
Yeah, yeah, it's old.
Yeah.
Yeah, Batfleck deserves a whole movie 100%. 100%. I think Ben Affleck is probably the best Batman we got on screen in terms of like brute strength. Like how big he fucking is. He's fucking massive.
Yeah. That warehouse battle in Batman versus Superman. That's what's one of the best ones in my opinion. In terms of
the Batman versus Superman warehouse scene, and the fact that you saw that in the trailer. It's like that's basically the best part of the movie. And like, there are like some tidbits that are good about the movie too, but it's just overall that movie was unwatchable. I think for me, like I love the fucking is it Tim Miller? His what's it called? The Dark Knight Returns Part 1 and Part 2. It's so fucking good. Like the animated series. And the thing is that you have to build that shit up. You got to build up the relationship between Superman and Batman first. They got to get their own movies, and then you have a movie where there's a team up, and then you have a movie of them falling apart, right? And that's the reason why Civil War worked so well, is because they have their own movies, multiple own movies, and then they have a team up multiple times, and then they have a falling out. That's how you do it. But they're fucking DC's too busy playing catch up, and then they fuck themselves in the asshole, and then they messed it up. That's oh man. Frank Miller. That's him. Frank Miller. Sorry, thank you. Frank Miller. My bad. I was like, Tim. I'm kidding because I'm thinking about Bruce Timm and then Frank Miller. Thank you. But yeah, man. Did you watch the Frank Miller stuff? You need to watch it.
Yeah, a lot of the DC
it's actually based off of like a graphic novel, but the DC animated one does it really well.
Yeah, this like the DC animated stuff, the Marvel. That's like my childhood wasn't like I had zero exposure to those because like there wasn't really a lot of people in my circle to talk about that, or people in my groups that like I don't see or hear people talk about it. It's only here when I get to talk to you and you guys that I get exposed to that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yo, what's going on, Sons and Shadow? Thank you so much for the raid, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Shout out all the raiders. Shout out Sons and Shadow. But yeah, I would say if you don't have time to read it, just watch it. Like it's so good. It's that they rushed it and they fucking bring out Wonder Woman. And then they fucking bring out Doomsday. You're
talking about Batman versus Superman?
Yeah. That's why it's fucked.
Yeah.
Right? All they needed was a Batfleck and then a Man of Steel 2. They needed one Batman movie and a Man of Steel 2, and then they can do BVS, but do it properly. Like, do the setup, do the fucking fight, but instead of Green Arrow, use someone else. Yeah. Right? Because Green Arrow was a part of it, right? But the thing is that you have to establish all these characters already. You should already know who Green Arrow is. You should already know who Wonder Woman is and all that. It's
and like
it's so fucking bad, dude.
Like my perception with Snyder really went downhill when he did the Rebel Moon movies. Like it's just that he had the DC IP that carried his work, but when the moment he did his own stuff, like Snyder's not really a good director at all.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, never play catch up with entertainment. Never ends well. Yep. They like the thing is that they don't need to catch up. They could just go at their own pace, and people will respect them for that. It's like we know where it's leading up to. Right. Anna de Armas looks great in Ballerina. I haven't seen the trailer yet. Have you, Grae? It's a spin-off for John Wick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's based off of Anna de Armas.
Oh yeah, I heard of that. Okay, I didn't know Ana de Armas was the one being the main protagonist of that one.
Look, the only Anna de Armas thing I'm really excited for is the one with her and what's it called again? Sydney Sweeney. That's the only one that I'm actually legitimately waiting for. Penguin crying over his mother, not because of her situation, but because she couldn't give him the validation he was addicted to, was brilliant. The Penguin was never the good guy, and I love that. Yep. And that's good writing right over there.
Which part did you reach in the Penguin?
Penguin was able to trick the girl that it was the other gang that killed her brother.
So I don't think you reached. Do you want me to spoil some stuff?
You can spoil it because we talked about it on Epic Verse, I believe.
Yeah. It. So you so you probably know that he was also responsible for the death of his two siblings. He killed his own brothers, man, for the valid. Because like it's these two brothers that's getting attention from his mom, so he killed them because of that. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, pretty nutty.
That was just episode 3. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was episode 3. But I know what happens at the end is because they talked about it. It's like, because like they killed the black kid. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I just find it odd that he spared Sophia, like the people he was willing to kill, but he doesn't kill Sophia. I find that strange.
Yeah, because she's hot.
Probably.
She's hot, right?
Yeah. The guy killed so many other people for more pettier reasons, but the one person who actually tried to kill you, you spared. Yeah, that's the part I just find it a little inconsistent.
Yeah. Let's see. Batflex lost his muscles. Yeah, because of fucking Jennifer Lopez. A piece of shit. Piece of shit. Doomsday was a great Superman story, and it was wasted. God, if they did Doomsday, it would have been so good. Like even All-Star Superman is really good too. Like I love All-Star Superman. Like it's like what happens if he actually like went fucking crazy and ended up killing everyone? Like, oh. Was it All-Star Superman? I forgot which one it was. I think it was All-Star Superman. I'm pretty sure Ben can get jacked anytime. He has the weight and bulk to get the fat and get jacked again, but he's like 50 something. He's pretty old now. Right? Isn't Ben Affleck like 50 something? We haven't finished watching his trailer, so I was talking about Batman. Isn't he? He's like late 40s, right? How old is Ben Affleck? He's like late 40s.
Yeah, but for all we know, like
he's 52. Yeah, he's old.
For all we know, like Ben Affleck could be like the elder Batman to whoever's James Gunn's Batman will be. Like
they could have done it. They could have done it with Michael Keaton and then use Robert Pattinson as freaking and we could have had Batman Beyond. All right. Yeah. We had Batman Beyond. Watched The Penguin with my dad, and he thought maybe his mom SA'd him as a child, and that's why he has a weird mommy fetish with his working girl at the end. Definitely some mommy issues. Yeah, he definitely got mommy issues for sure. 100. He spared Sophia because she was a part of the deal. He was the fall guy to clear his name and to achieve his empire.
Okay, maybe I just forgot or wasn't paying attention, but yeah.
Okay. Also, Superman's the one where he was dying. Okay, which one is the one where he like? There's like these dudes that came down that like idolized him. There's like 5 dudes, and then they started like sort of abusing the system, and then they started doing whatever they wanted, and then Superman was like, all right, like he basically cracks and he fucks all of them up, and then he starts killing a bunch of humans, and then at the end he actually didn't kill any humans, and it's like his super bots that end up saving. I forgot which one. Superman versus the Elite. Thank you. That one was good. All-Star Superman is the one where he basically dies, right? Injustice is the crazy Superman. Yeah, that's the one where like Lois Lane dies.
Yeah.
Yeah, like fucking Joker fucks him up. Yeah. He need LeBron special shoes. That sounds gross. That sounds gross. Didn't the writer say the penguin was a stand-in for Trump? That is hilarious if that is the case, is because that means that Trump, you don't like him, but you understand him. You know he's a piece of shit, but man. Superman versus the Elite breaks a lot of lore though. He has telepathy and shit. It was strange. Yeah. I still liked it though. Like the fact that Superman can literally in an instant kill everyone, but doesn't do it. But yeah, telepathy is fucking crazy though. But all right. All right. Thank you guys chatting. That would be our show for today. Grae, what are you up to, man? What are you doing?
Yeah. I'm playing Astral Chain right now. Fingers crossed I finish by next week. Yeah. Xenoblade, yeah, I am very doubtful. Since Xenoblade Chronicles X, it's a super long game. So I don't think I'll make it. I'll be able to make a video before I leave for the US, which is end of April. Yeah. Astral Chain, and then for members, you can already watch my video on my review on The Last of Us Part 3. For non-members, it's tomorrow. So yeah, that's about it for me.
All right, and you guys can catch me anywhere, everywhere at Mr. Phillip Chan, and catch me on Mr. Phillip Chan #2 for YouTube. Our link trees are down below, so you guys can go check that out. And you guys can follow us on Instagram and on X. And next week we'll be having Ogami, one of our mods. He's gonna be popping in. He's gonna be down for next week, and then I believe the meetup is next. It's mid-April, so like that week I'll basically be gone. I'll still be doing Project Eggroll, and I might still do personal streams. But the thing is, now I actually have I could bring my small computer with me versus my laptop, but we'll see. We'll see what's gonna happen for that week. But thank you, Hollow Ninja, Psychotic Mongoose, Jesus Davila, Celluloid Dream, Wolf's Pain, Achilles Jones, Emma, No Gay, No Payway, Melodic Method, Ghost Crusaders TV, Mitchell Fields, Justin Martins, and SD0 for auto support and the super chats. Thank you, everyone. Shout out to everyone on Rumble. Shout out to everyone on YouTube and on X. But yeah, shout out to all the mods. Hopefully everyone had a great night. Thank you so much for the raid, Suns and Shadows. Really appreciate that. And yes, we will be back next week. Be on the lookout for Grae's video for tomorrow, and I'll be watching more Konosuba as the weeks comes. You guys can catch me on what's it called again? Geeks and Gamers Play and Epic Verse on Thursdays. And I think I might be on like a drawing stream sometimes in the future, and I'll be on like GCR. It's basically a bunch of stuff that's gonna be coming up. But thank you, everyone. Really appreciate it. Hopefully everyone had a great you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys next Saturday. Take care.
Bye-bye.